Hey everybody, welcome back to X-Plane 11. I'm Bill, and this is the PilotEdge. What do they call this? It's just this PilotEdge flying event, right? I don't think there's any fancy name.
They're calling it the Portland Ping Pong.
The Portland Ping Pong. So Boeing Field to Portland, and maybe back. The return trip might not be the same as the trip down, but the amazing voice that you hear right now is a real world Citation pilot, my
Hello.
CFI, Brad.
You bastard, that was going to be money.
That's incredible. All right, I need to figure out a way to hear ATC audio without playing your stream.
Oh, good call. Yeah. Do you have the what do you call it? PilotEdge is like
I don't have it downloaded, but
they have some. I can't remember what they call that thing.
there's a listening tool I know.
A little plug-in. What's up, Dave? Below minimums, Agent B7, Finbar. Yeah, oh crap. The only way that I was ever going to really fly this thing is with a very experienced Citation captain. This is a livery, actually, that you're probably all seeing for the first time. I cannot stop looking at this thing. This was done by Finbar.
Thank you, Finbar.
Is one of the planes that Brad unfortunately has to fly.
Something like that.
Brad is very particular with the jets that he flies. So the real world plane that this is based off of isn't the best on the planet, but I think it's the coolest looking. And this is the Coronado S2 550 kind of hybrid bastardized Citation. But it's
And
close
just to
enough,
be clear,
right?
yeah, it's super close. It's the same wing actually as the 5. But yeah, just to be clear, I just don't fit. That's the whole reason that I don't like that airplane.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, there's nothing actually wrong.
Nothing wrong with it. I just don't fit.
Yeah, because Brad is an appropriately sized person, 6'4". Brad is the correct height.
Yeah. So normally the 5, I'll try not to go off on too many tangents, but normally the 5 has
awesome.
like 6 more inches of room than this one does, but this one has the 8th seat in the cabin, so they lost all that extra legroom. So.
Okay. So there actually is a cabin layout reason for the difference in cockpit size.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's cool. So first thing is planning the flight, and luckily we've got Route Advisor on PilotEdge. I usually, and I don't know if you are the same way in the real world with your IFR flight plans, Brad, but if I look at the first one and I see turboprop jet, we're in a turboprop or jet. It's usually the top one is the one to use.
ForeFlight is really interesting with the way that they do their routings. I actually typically don't use their routings. And the reason why is because typically they're a lot less efficient than they actually can be. Most of the time I'm a lazy jet pilot, so I like to fly in straight lines. So I try to maximize that straight line flying as much as I can. On top of that, there are preferred routes, or actually mandatory IFR routes for the event. So I will send you the mandatory IFR route.
Well, that is, I didn't know the name, and I didn't know that.
I do, Dave. I do use Skyvector. I have the chat up, by the way, so
Okay, cool.
I'll try not to step on you talking to people, but
No, go ahead. That's perfect. All right, so we have PTL Delta 1. And that's the departure out of here?
yeah, that's the Portland one.
Oh, the Portland. Are we starting in Portland?
Oh, are you at BFI?
Yeah.
No, my bad. Hang on.
It's okay.
Please hold.
I thought it was.
Let's see. BFI is departing the 1-4s. So you need.
Yeah, which makes the departure even easier.
Yeah, so you're flying, it's, okay. So lesson number one about 500 series citations is that all the FMSs suck, okay? So you have to treat it as if it's a non-RNAV capable FMS. In this case, I'll give you the non-RNAV routing. There you go.
Okay.
The reason why is because most FMSs that are in 500 series citations can't draw an indefinite line, so it can't fly a course or a heading as assigned by the departure. So they kind of suck.
Interesting.
And when I say they kind of suck, I mean they really suck. So if
right.
you have the GTN, it'll do that though.
Yeah. All right. So we've got vectors here. So we're departing to, I guess, via the Kent 8, right? Mm-hmm. But we're probably not going to get like that. Seattle VOR kind of screws it up a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah. So if you look at the departure procedure plate, the Kent 8 departure procedure, it's just a vector. Basically, it's a heading to cross Zyged at 2000. So I'm gonna take a look at it here because it's been a while since I've used a government departure plate. So half a second here.
You use the Jeppesen ones?
I use JEPs, yeah, just because I fly all over the world. So
Yeah.
JEP plates are the same everywhere.
Yeah.
Not that I can't read a Mexican approach chart, but the JEP chart is a lot easier to read.
Sure. Yeah, so it's a fly. So I mean, it's basically fly. I mean, not runway heading, but a 135 heading until Zyged.
Heading is assigned to cross Zyged at 2000 for radar vectors. So basically, you're flying the heading, and then expecting vectors.
Okay, and then we're obviously not going to go to the Seattle VOR.
No, that's you'll get a right turnout on course most likely.
Yeah.
And what I'm guessing is going to happen with the volume of traffic that they're going to have. Let me look at the Seattle. What are they calling it? Which one? Hang on, which arrival do they want us on? They want us on the Helen 6. Okay. So let me look at the Helen 6 here real quick and see kind of what our routing is going to be on the way in. My guess is they're going to give us a turn to join the airway. Or not the airway, but the course.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Helen 6 arrival. Yeah, in all likelihood, they're going to give us a heading to join the course between Seattle VOR and ultimately the Helens intersection. So when you set up your FMS, you'll want to set it up with the Seattle VOR, Buzo, Helens, and then into Crater and the Portland VOR. So that way you can just kind of fly to join that course. Just like you're intercepting a radial like in VFR, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So put in Seattle. I really don't need to put in that Buzo or whatever.
It might be. Well, I would always put in all the points on the arrival and departure because you never know if you're going to get a right turn. They say, Citation 204 Lima Echo cleared direct Buzo or direct Helens or something like that, right?
Okay.
So you always want to have that in there for sure.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. That's not too bad. Okay.
Yeah. Now you should be able to load the arrival in the FMS. You shouldn't have to manually punch everything in, but it's been a while since I've used the X-Plane default FMS, so I don't know for sure. Yeah.
Well, we can definitely figure. We'll find out quickly whether or not we can or not.
Yeah. So the complication here is the Western U.S. frequency on the receiver, I think, is only it's only picking up Peter. So
it's all combined.
Yeah, it sounds like Peter's got everything except for the events. So I'm not going to be able to do that, I don't think. Okay. So I'm going to have to leave you on your own for the radios. Good luck.
Okay, yeah, yay.
Yep.
Well, you can fly these single pilots, no big deal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's totally fine. And so you've taken me through the startup procedure on these in the real plane, which was very cool and surprising at how simple it really is.
Super easy, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's not much that you're doing in this plane to start it up, which, you know, when you're looking at this panel here and how overwhelming it can look for somebody that's just coming from a little piston single, everything is pretty much already set where it needs to be, except for that, you know, the dozen or so things you actually have to set.
There are, if you sit down in the airplane, there are 4 things total you need to do in order to get an engine started. So,
all right,
it's a pretty straightforward airplane to do that.
Yeah, so we've got the beacon on, we've got the power on.
Okay, battery beacon.
Yeah, batteries,
now
beacon.
Start button.
Starter button, and we just hit the button. You don't actually hit the ignition until we're ready to take off, right?
So I think this is a Carnado-ism, but if you hit, I think it needs both ignitions on in the Carnado plane. In the real plane, you leave them in normal. They never come out of normal.
Okay.
But I think in the Carnado plane, you need both ignition switches on.
Yeah.
So
well,
if you want to turn...
I've definitely done that, and it seemed to work, so...
Yeah, that's a Carnado-ism. The real plane, you leave them in normal because the ignitions turn themselves on when you pull the throttle out of idle. So, or out of cutoff, I should say.
Yeah.
So it's a whole long, complicated system that I could tell you about later. But once you're through 8% N2, you can bring that throttle up out of cutoff.
Yeah.
So bring it all the way up a little bit more. A little bit more. Looks like it didn't quite. Oh, no, you've got fuel flow. All right, you've got ITT. You can go back to idle now. Perfect. Real engine would never quite get that hot, but don't worry about it.
That's the kind of stuff where you're just, as long as if you have any connection with the real plane, you just kind of go,
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right, so there's 8% N2 on the left. Take it to idle. Perfect. Yeah, you can go all the way to idle. It looks like it came up this time, so perfect.
Right. I don't know how well you'll be able to hear, but I do have the updated sounds, and it's...
I have no audio, so let me listen.
Oh, dude, it sounds so good.
Huh. I'll have to listen another time.
Yeah, it's really
quiet.
low. It's really low right now.
Yeah.
But, okay.
So I am watching your stream, so I'm a little delayed, like maybe 3 or 4 seconds delayed, just heads up.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so once we're started up here, we need to turn on the AC, right?
Yep, so on the left side, you have both gens. You want the AC power on, the avionics on to the right of that. Switch to the right of the, there we go, cool. Yeah. Then, what else? That's pretty much it. As far as switches.
Anti-skid is supposed to be on, right?
Yeah, anti-skid stays on.
Okay.
That switch never moves. Flood cooling doesn't do anything. Cockpit air source distribution, which is that bottom knob on the center console there, above the flaps. That one should be middled.
Yeah, we want everyone in the back to be comfortable too.
Yeah, and then pressurization controller.
We're gonna be, I mean, we're up at 13,000, right? So that's not really that.
Is that all you're filing? Is 13?
Yeah.
Okay, so just set Portland's elevation, and Portland is, I'm guessing, pretty close to sea level.
Yeah, that should be.
Portland is 31 feet, so if you can set 231 feet, by all means be my guest. You always set 200 feet high.
Okay.
So, and realistically, in the real system, you actually set pressure altitude plus 200 feet, but in this case, that would be like 150 feet or something like that. Yeah. So, cool. Sweet. And then off to the right, you've got a couple more switches and knobs over there. I think on this one, those ones don't need to move.
They're all in low and auto
defog,
right now.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so this airplane, in the real airplane, it's an auto normal airplane. So any switch that is auto or normal should stay in that position.
That's so
with
awesome.
the exception of the ignitions for takeoff. The ignitions for takeoff, they come to the on position just in case there's a failure.
Okay, and right now we have them they're on, but I can put those into normal.
Yeah. You can do whatever you want at this point with those ignitions. The switch doesn't do anything other than turn them on. So.
Yeah. Okay, got
Cool.
it.
Passenger safety switch, which is the ding dong switch, is right next to the beacon. If you wanted to turn that on.
Of course. Didn't really make any
I
noise.
see you've
but-
already got standby gyro on. Is this
Okay.
a digital standby or okay? It's an analog, but it's already on. Cool.
So I already did a little test here and should just delete all this crap so we can kind of start from scratch. Is there there's not a way to delete, start over, is there?
This FMS doesn't exist in reality, so I can't really answer that.
If anyone knows how to just start from scratch, I can't remember how to.
I can tell you how to do it in all the actual FMSs I've flown, but not in this one because it doesn't exist.
Yeah. All right. Well, once we get the actual.
Oh
clearance.
yeah, that's one way to do it. Yeah, if you go to
change
you
your
want to just go to
origin.
clearance first. Yeah.
Yeah, so we can just pretend like we're going from John Wayne. Good call. Okay, and K and B and I. All right. Okay. Normal airplaning
Good call,
stuff.
Ryan.
Holy crap! We've got a lot of traffic on the ground here.
Yeah.
Oh my
Gonna have to be on your game.
Oh my god. This is going to be a fun freaking taxi.
Good lord, that is a lot of airplanes.
That is a lot of airplanes. I don't know how much.
Holy crap.
Let's. That's ADS-B. I don't know how much I trust that
I mean, I'm
one.
looking at the PE live map and it's,
There's 74 planes logged in right now.
yeah, wow.
Oh my god, that's beautiful. Oh yes, PilotEdge. This
And this
gotta
is the
be
start of the event.
I know this is amazing.
Oh,
So
boy.
that's fine. We will. That is too frickin' money. Okay. Oh Jesus. ATIS is 2775. You've flown into both of these airports, but never in between the two, right?
Correct, yeah. And I've never done an arrival from the north
in the
into
Portland
Portland.
area.
Okay.
Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact that you have information Tango.
Sweet, I like her voice.
Boeing King County Airport, ATIS information
How come we
Tango.
can't get her at John Wayne?
1853 St. Louis. Wind 150 at Niner. Visibility 10. Ceiling 3,500 broken. 4,400 overcast. Temperature 11. Dew point 6. Altimeter 299er. Arriving and departing runways 14 left, 14 right. Visual approaches in use.
Okay, thank you.
Simultaneous approaches
Thank you
between
for all
both.
that. Oh my god, dude, this is unbelievable. Oh lord.
This'll be fun.
Yeah, this is going to be really entertaining. 32.4. If you're watching and you don't have the PilotEdge map up right now, let me show you what it looks like through ADS-B. These are all planes logged on to PilotEdge. So there's 75 planes logged into the network right now. I mean, that looks like 30, 40 planes at least. I mean, this is like Atlanta on the day before Thanksgiving.
Portland look. Portland is equally madness.
Is it? Oh, this is so great. All right.
4.
This is so great. It's going to be an adventure just getting the clearance.
There are 14 aircraft on the ground at Portland right now.
Oh, freaking awesome.
And 2 are already airborne headed to the BFI.
I don't
make that
hear-
3.
Why do I not hear anybody? Approach. Clearance is 32.4. That's in there. It can't be quiet, can it? There's no way. Is it still, is the network still working?
The network crashed.
Does it exist?
Wouldn't surprise me.
We're still connected. Let's just try. I mean, I don't hear any. I'm on the right thing. Com 1.
Yeah, I see 32.4.
Com 1. Yeah. Frick. All right.
Yeah, his gens are on, right?
Boeing clearance citation 204 Lima Echo, IFR, Portland.
Citation 204 Lima Echo, Boeing clearance to Portland Airport. Nirvana 1 departure, radar vectors to Buzo, Crater 2 arrival. Maintain 2000, departure frequency 120.4, squawk 6150.
This is a mess. What was the departure frequency?
Nirvana 1, but I don't remember what the frequency was.
Boeing clearance, what was the departure frequency? 204 Lima Echo?
120.4.
120.4. Citation 204 Lima Echo, clear to Portland via the Nirvana 1 Buzo, then Crater 2. Climb and maintain 2000, departure frequency 120.4, squawking 6150, citation 204 Lima Echo.
Is that correct?
Alright. I think he said
So you
radar
got the RNAV
vectors.
rating.
I think he said radar vectors, Buzo.
Yeah, that would make sense because you have to get to Buzo somehow.
Yeah. So that's okay. And you said you'd never get that real world?
Get what?
That clearance?
No. I mean, it depends how you file your routing.
Yeah.
The actual airplane that this is modified, or that this one is based off of, has 2 GTN 750s in it, so this routing is valid for that.
Oh, okay.
But this particular FMS that you have is not.
Got
So,
All right. Well,
yeah, I'm not sure if you want to call back and get the non-RNAV routing, or we can just go with it.
Yeah, I
We
mean,
can do.
let's. Yeah, if we can do it. What was it? Buzo?
Yeah. And I'm guessing it's Buzo for the crater. Yeah, it is.
Okay, so let's do.
Okay, yeah, there's no reason you can't do this
Yeah.
this RNAV routing, so.
Okay, so we're gonna go there, and then we're gonna do procedure, and then approach. No, we want
Arrival.
And then there's the Crater 2, Buzo, and we're gonna want 28 right because that's the cool one.
28 certain use.
Let's see. Okay, so yeah. Oh, I gotcha. So there's the radar vectors that he's talking about. So
Do you want the runway? Well, it doesn't really matter which way you loaded it. You said 28 right's the cool one. Did you want the one over the river?
that is the one over the river, right?
Yeah, it is. Portland is landing.
Oh, that's right. The winds. I didn't even check that.
Portland is landing the 10s, so you can expect 10 left.
Okay, 10 left. So we'll do arrival, crater, Buzo, 10 left. C NOTAM. I think those are actually closed at the moment. But we're not going to check the NOTAMs because this is a flight simulator. So that looks pretty good. So we got Nirvana 1, Buzo, and then the Crater 2. See a little Piper. The Crater 2, and we'll expect 10 left, and that should be cool coming over the river there.
Boeing clearance. Here and enter 22 Mike Romeo, IFR.
Well, I don't know how we got right into clearance. That seems...
Good timing on your part.
Yeah.
From the airport, Nirvana 1 departure. Ready vectors to Buzo, then is filed. Maintain 2000.
Okay, we're
Departure
going to be
frequency
flight number...
130.4.
None of that matters.
Clock 5465.
And then we're going to go to departure, and we are the
Squawk 5465
Nirvana
for senior 2
1
Mike Romeo.
out of 14 right. So we'll execute that, and then we're going to be arrival into Portland, Crater 2, Buzo, and we're going to expect 10 left, ILS, doesn't matter, fine. And then we're going to check the leg, so that is, there's a discontinuity for the Nirvana,
Right.
and I need to just put that in there, right?
Yeah, you'll need to put in the fixed Nirvana. It doesn't look like it took that, so.
Yeah. And that is R, not N, that is
GBM 1
RN,
RVNA.
Nirvana 1 departure. Ready vectors to Buzo.
You missed the first R there.
To arrival.
I did?
Maintain
Yep,
2000.
and RVNA.
Departure
Oh,
frequency
and R.
130.4. Clock 5037.
Okay, yep, there we go. Okay. And then that discontinuity will be taken out by Buzo.
RTB 1 Alpha Sirius, cleared to
That
Portland via Needle
looks
1.
fine. What is that one?
You got to be really careful though with that,
Crater 2,
because
arrival,
the
2000.
you just linked up Buzo and Nirvana, which means that if you're in nav mode, it's going to turn to Buzo after you cross Nirvana when you're supposed to be on a heading. So be careful with that.
Okay, as long as I'm in heading mode, it should be fine though, right?
Then you'll be fine. Yeah.
Okay. All right, but that's a good point. Okay, and then where is this Taylor that I'm seeing here? So we got Voodoo, Hiker, Voodoo, Doe. What is the matter?
Voodoo Donut.
What is the matter with the FAA?
I love it.
Me too. Donut,
Vector,
vector, and then this discontinuity is for
You want to
the.
leave that in.
We'll leave that in.
Yeah, leave that in, because that way the vector, or it won't try to sequence you onto the approach when you haven't been cleared for it.
Got it. Okay. So as far as this FMS is concerned, that should be it, right? Like we don't need to really put in anything else.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's a way to.
Like cruise, like we don't need anything. Like we don't need any of this crap.
That's my
fine.
guess. Yeah.
Because I mean,
I don't
we're
know that target speed .80. That's adorable.
yeah. Well, look at the climb.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's
That's clearly for a
These are 737.
737. I didn't select the departure. You have to do the runway first, then the departure. I think it took, right? We got Crater 2, Buzo transition.
That's your arrival. What about departure?
Oh, the departure. I think it took. We got 1-4.
Okay. I don't see the actual departure itself selected, so.
All right, well, if we do 1-4 right. So it's only giving me the Kent 8. How come I don't have the Nirvana 1?
Because it's an X-plane FMS and nobody knows why.
Where is the Kent 8? Is that too far? Is that like...
The Kent 8 was the one we were looking at previously, so I would not use that, especially because this is an RNAV departure, so.
Yeah. So if we just go back...
Yeah, cancel mod.
Cancel mod, right, yeah. And then also...
Or just hit the departure arrival button again.
Yeah. Go back into here. And
Oh, you might have to deselect the runway on your departure, not your arrival.
There we go. So yeah, Crater 2,
Oh.
right?
No, your departure, not arrival.
Oh, am I right? Oh, shit.
That's all right. You can load that back up. So, Crater 2.
Yep, Crater 2, ILS.
Cruiser 2, Buzo, ILS, 0 left.
Good. Okay. All right. Yeah. Departure.
Execute.
Okay. So that we're gonna get rid of this dude.
Yeah, so deselect the runway.
Yeah. So runway's deselected. So I need.
Hey, dude, you selected 14 left. That's why it was doing that.
Oh, 14
yeah.
right. Nirvana
Yeah, so
1.
if you just hit the departure Nirvana 1, I wonder what that does. Oh, yeah.
Well, that
All right,
worked
perfect.
there. Yeah.
Hey, how about that? It's
So
almost like it's
sweet.
working as intended.
Yeah. Oh, look at that too.
How about that? All right, cool. Well, you've just significantly reduced your odds for deviation, so that's good.
Yeah. That looks okay, right? So we got.
Yeah, I don't know why you've got Nirvana, Vector, Nirvana. That's weird.
Well, because this is what we put in. I put in the Nirvana. That
Oh,
second
now you gotta
Nirvana.
get rid of that. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
So there's Vector, Nirvana, but we do
So
need
dump
Buzo
that,
in
leave the
there.
discontinuity.
We do need the Buzo in there.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, my guess is the arrival didn't take with the transition then.
Yeah. So we
Go to
can
the
put.
departure arrival page.
So the discontinuity could be. We
Nah,
can
just load it from the page.
load it from here.
Yeah. Work smarter, not harder.
So yeah, Nirvana.
Nope. That's departure.
Oh, we're loading it into the.
You want to load the arrival.
the arrival.
Buzo.
Okay, so that worked. Now departure, make sure that that's good.
Then take a look at it again.
Nirvana, Vector. That's still not.
Boeing clearance, QBN 1
Why is it not doing that?
Read back.
Helen's Crater.
QBN 107.
Make
Try.
sure I got it clean.
Go to the arrival page again.
Completely, I wanted to look up the word.
And then try
Needle 1
deselecting
to the
everything
Bozo Crater 2
on the arrival page.
transition and 2,000 feet 1204 and squawk.
So we need the
5037.
the runway first.
QBN 107.
No, you want the arrival first.
We couldn't use the
So,
So Crater 2.
14
Crater
departure.
2.
So that's not
Buzo.
gonna work. It's gonna have to be Nirvana 1
ILS
departure. Nirvana is in
10
the band.
left.
Nirvana
Yeah.
1 departure.
Then
then
execute
to
that.
Buzo,
Execute that.
Crater to arrival.
Okay, so we got.
Okay, copy
Vectors,
that.
Nirvana,
The wrong
Vectors,
departure. What was the departure that you wanted to
Buzo.
look up?
Helen's Crater. Okay. And then leave the
Hey,
discontinuity.
Okay.
November.
Yeah, leave that for now, because
November
once you're
Alpha.
cleared direct, you can just go direct.
Okay.
So,
Sweet.
yeah, cool. That worked.
One off.
All right. Yep, that looks good. What is ground?
Probably want to take a look at that departure first before you get rolling here, so you can kind of get an idea of what sort of airspace and restrictions you're going to be.
17.
Okay. They like look at it on the actual
I'll call
chart.
out your sequence.
Yeah, because there's a big gotcha on this one.
Okay. So we're at or below 2,000, which means we're underneath the Bravo,
Hold short, actually, Bravo. With Tango.
and then we'll get cleared up at whatever point they tell us.
Right.
Vectors, Buzo. Is that kind of what you were alluding to?
Tango, say the call sign.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
alluding to what Below had pointed out earlier, which was that you're below the Bravo.
Oh yeah.
So you have a 200 knot speed restriction there.
Boeing
Yeah.
Tower, runway
Which
14
will not be hard in
left,
this plane.
Alpha.
You'd be surprised. The S2's a quick little bugger.
All aircraft stuck. Check
So
first
135 heading. I'm gonna get this set up here. So we have 135 fricker. This is one of those Carenado things. This little heading bug. It doesn't have like a quick spin. You have to actually mouse wheel it. I can't figure
You
out how to
should be
like
able to.
click and drag. I don't think you can do it.
Can't,
From here.
Yeah, no,
Last 24, wind
I follow you.
170 runway 14 right, clear for takeoff.
I think it will actually work on this though. Yeah, there we go. 135.
Boeing 698, Juliet.
Perfectly. Okay, so 135 is the heading,
Left
and that's
103.
fine. This thing climbs out at
103.
150.
200 while you're under the Bravo. The S2 is a the S2's climb profile, I think, is 247 is technically what they want. Most people just climb 250.
Okay, so we'll just keep it at 200, and that way
Yeah,
we won't.
200 below the Bravo, then go up to 250.
Yeah. Okay, so that is set, and then we can. Do you usually like arm all the stuff with the?
So you want, there's a whole bunch of tests that you do, which obviously you're not going to do in the sim, but you want your HSI in FMS mode
Citation 349
for sure,
tower, continue,
and then you want to hit the toga button
Baron.
to bring up the flight director.
Baron 98 Juliet, runway 148, line of
Okay,
point.
so there's GPS mode.
Okay.
And would you say bring up the?
So you want to hit the toga button, which is on the left side of the throttle. You see the little button on the round part? So hit that.
Okay.
And that should bring up takeoff go around mode. It does, cool. Now you want to set your altitude pre-select, which is above your radios.
Yep, we want that at 2,000.
Okay. And then once you have that set, you'll go down and hit arm on the mode control panel, down there.
Hit arm on which one?
It's blocked by your iPad right now. I can't see it.
Continue. Baron
It should be the third.
170 at 9er. Caution wake turbulence. Previous departure was a MD-80. Runway 14 clear for takeoff.
The half the panel is blocked by your iPad, so I
my
can't
bad.
see that. Alt select. Second row, second button.
Citrus 291 standby.
Okay, and we also need
Citrus 291, remember to pull up to and hold
to
short
get
runway
our
148 southwest.
transponder on.
5 at 49, the Citrus will be taxiing out. You can follow down to runway 148.
Transponderize.
Roger, we'll follow to 14.
Transponderize. Let's get.
Premier 275,
This
Tango
is-
extra,
this is
14 left,
goofy.
full line of weight.
16.
Yeah, that's how the real one is.
Is it?
Yeah, those are the real radios that come in the old Citations.
It's so like these are such a pain in the ass.
Duck on
in the sim.
206, going ground, runway 14.
Just imagine trying to use the TCAS display with that too, because that has all the TCAS controls on it as well.
Awesome.
And it's at least the ones that I've flown to.
Yeah.
And it is just so functional, you have no idea.
Citrus
Lovely.
291, Boeing Tower, hold
Love
short
it.
runway 148, have a citation
All right, well, that's-
on a 3-mile final.
That seems like we're set up.
You need flaps.
Okay.
So typically flaps are 7 for takeoff. This wing, this weight, your rotation speed is probably going to be about 100.
Wind 170 at 9,
Okay.
runway 148, clear to land.
If these engines are anything like the real ones, then your takeoff power is going to be about 97%.
Okay. Let's set that just so we don't forget. I love how this is so simple.
Ground 516 Tango Tango.
It's just like a little dial and whatever. Okay, so 97
Number
is set.
516 Tango Tango, runway 14 left, taxi via Alpha, give way to the 737 left to right on Alpha.
Yeah, that dial's so simple because it doesn't do
Because what?
it doesn't do anything. It's just a reminder.
Oh yeah, I know.
Premier
I know.
275
Yeah.
Tango
It's
X-ray,
nice that that it is just a
great.
reminder and that's simple.
It's even better when the light burns out, so that way when you're taking off at night, you can't see it. It's great.
What did I calculate?
Yeah, exactly. You just like, I don't know, push the 600 ITT, you'll be fine.
Yeah. What was that? Okay, so we've got all that set.
Sequence for 14 left, Piper 82 kilo, 922 Mike Romeo, and then
Yeah,
Pilatus
trims,
572,
flaps,
Papa
speed
Charlie.
brakes are stowed.
Sequence for 14 right, Citrus, then
You have
southwest.
flighting controls.
Looks good.
Actually, you know what, the sequence for 14 right,
Fuse
on
girders in
the
progress.
other side is going to be .com 717, .com 11, then Citrus 291,
All
then
right,
Southwest,
where the
then
hell are
.com
we?
206.
I ask myself that on a daily basis.
Yeah, I know. I think
Premier
we're Bravo
275, Tango X-ray,
5,
wind
right?
160 at 9 row, 14 left, clear for takeoff.
You're on the north side, or south side rather.
Yeah, it looks like we're on Bravo
Boeing Tower, runway 148, line
5.
of point.
Yeah.
Piper 82 kilo,
What FBO
Boeing
is
Tower,
that? Is there an
runway
FBO
14
there?
left, line of
Yeah,
point
Bravo
will
5.
be,
No, it's just general
position for sequence off the right side.
Sweet.
So Citation 204 Lima Echo at transient parking.
All fueled up, ready to go.
Yep.
Oh, you know what?
Just
That's
text it
something
over
that
to
we didn't talk
self-serve.
about at all is the
Citation 999,
weight.
Mike, contact ground point 9 again.
That's plenty, right? I mean,
You got 3,000 pounds of gas, which is enough. Your total weight right now is 13.1.
717,
Yeah.
wind 160
So,
at 9,
yeah.
runway 14
Yeah, that's fine.
right, clear for
that's
takeoff.
fine.
What are they saying the max weight is on this plane? I missed it.
You can look.
One ground 99.
That's going to
taxi
change
anywhere
versus
for quick
what you
turnaround.
fly, I'm assuming, right?
It's probably going to be pretty close to the 5. 15.1. That's actually pretty close to the 2.
Citation.
So, yeah, the 2's max, well, the Bravo's max weight is 14.8.
Taxi
So.
to the Boeing ramp via Bravo.
Yeah, you were at 13.1.
Yeah, I'll give a little bit less payload, a little bit more gas, just
Sure.
in case. So we don't have to refuel
it's-
back at.
Premier 5 Tango X-ray contact.
It's sim gas, man. It's free.
It is free. Look at that. Look at that. See a tie, probably.
That is, wow.
Yeah,
That is, yeah.
That's
That's a thing.
it's pretty rad. All right, let's get rid of this. So we
717.
can,
Do you have the
so we can
Premier that just parted off the left side in sight?
Take it in.
Ahead 12 o'clock, about 2 miles.
okay, we are on ground. Let's see how long this will take.
.com 717, contact departure.
Look at the lineup.
Godspeed, son. Godspeed.
Look at the lineup. Here we go.
It's alright. It's not like you got anywhere to be.
No, we're good. Boeing ground, citation 204 Lima Echo, general aviation parking off Bravo 5 taxi.
2 aircraft calling at once, the citation ending in Tango Echo. Say again?
Oh, citation 204 Lima Echo at Bravo 5, general aviation parking taxi.
Citation 204 Lima Echo, Boeing grounds, Roger, standby. Piper 8282 Kilo, wind
I actually can hear that.
14 left, clear for takeoff.
That's good.
Oh, cool. On your on the plug-in.
Yeah, no, I can
204
hear
Lima
it
Echo,
through your
runway
mic
14
on
right,
Discord.
Taxi via
Oh,
Bravo,
good.
hold short, runway Bravo. Correction, runway 14 right, taxi via Bravo, hold short, Bravo 1.
Bravo, hold short, Bravo 114 right, 204 Lima Echo.
Does require me to pay attention.
Bravo, Bravo 1. Okay, got it.
Citation 3499, I guess I should have
All right.
specified it was that wanted you on left turn on
Get
Bravo
our
into the
lights
ramp.
coming on. Dude,
Apologies, Mike. Are
you got to get the sound pack. It's freaking
You are ahead
sweet.
outbound traffic there, Southwest. Are you able to access to runway?
Yeah, I definitely,
.com 11 right, line point.
How quickly, like, should I test the reversers once I'm on Bravo?
yeah, you can do that.
Mike, just pull up into the ramp enough that I can have aircraft taxi outbound for the Bravo 1 intersection. Run through that 9, Mike. We'll look at
God, Finbar, you crushed it on
Piper
that
82
livery,
Kilo,
dude.
contact departure, good day.
When I was showing it to Julia, I was like, Julia, listen to the sounds. And she's like watching me taxi. And I was like, okay, I'm going to hit the reversers, and it's going to go. And I hit it, and it did it. And she just looks at me, shakes her head, and walks out of the room.
.com 20.
Here we go. We're going to test them right now. It sounds so cool.
Boeing ground, runway 14 right. Are you coming out the south or the north side of the ramp?
South side of the ramp, .com 205.
.com 205, runway 14 right, taxi via Bravo. Give way to citation right to left on Bravo.
We're right via Bravo, give way to citation, .com 205.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I've just unmuted your stream real quick so I can listen to it. But yeah, that's pretty good.
That's cool.
Where'd you get those sounds?
Kinger 2
I
Mike Romeo,
will,
Did you record me as I was taxiing out?
What's that?
Did you record me as I was taxiing out?
Yeah, it's all in cockpit.
Number 5166
Yeah.
Tango, hold position, give way to the Pilatus ahead.
Mode. Okay, cool. Do you turn the yaw damper on at the same time as the AP?
Well, sometimes. So the autopilot, the yaw damper has to be on for the autopilot to function. But the yaw damper can be active without the autopilot. So typically my after takeoff call is gear lights and yaw. So gear comes up, lights come down, and yaw damper comes on. And then 400 feet flaps out.
Runway,
We're going heading mode.
Left, hold position on
That's
the ramp. I'll get you
for
moving
takeoff because
momentarily.
we've got a heading to follow and some vectors that will be.
He's right though, it actually should be in nav mode. I'm not sure if the FMS will let you drive it in nav mode off the ground though. Or if it will sequence properly.
Oh,
Citrus 291.
For an RNAV departure though,
14 right, line and wait.
you should be in nav mode.
okay, but we're gonna kind of fake an RNAV.
Yeah, we'll see what the
Dotcom 206,
we'll see what the
your sequence will be
HSI
at
does once you get
737
airborne through about 700 feet.
Okay.
If it goes active through 700 feet, then go nav mode.
Okay.
If it doesn't, then stay in heading mode.
All right. That's awesome.
Boeing ground 674 heavy.
Later.
Somebody needs to figure out a way to get audio to work for CSLs
So
for
74
traffic
heavy,
on
Boeing ground,
PilotEdge.
runway 14 left.
So you can hear them taking off.
Yeah.
Taxi via
that'd be cool.
Alpha.
14 right via Alpha, 674 heavy.
All
Chopper
the
Creeper would
aircraft
be
holding short of runway
sweet with,
14 left.
audio.
Pull up as close as you can to the whole short line. I'm going to try to get to Swiss Air Heavy behind.
Yeah, you need to figure out how to model rotor wash effects as well.
Be so great.
So that way I can just rotor wash you when you're sitting on the ramp.
Dotcom 11, contact Archer, good flight.
Yeah, that one time when we flew with Q, I think
King Air
that was
22, Charlie,
significant.
wind 160 at 9, around 14 left.
Who did, did we get rotor washed by the
Yeah.
by the Huey?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Oh, dude, you should if you're over on the ramp sometime when the Huey's coming or going, and we're working on the airplanes with the doors open. Dude, like somebody has to stand and hold the door, otherwise it'll rattle around even with the gust lock.
It's crazy.
Swiss Air 74 Heavy, I've got a couple aircraft holding short, runway 14 left. Advise if you're unable to get by those.
So we've got, you know, for how many planes are on the ground right now, this actually has not been that, like, so far. I mean, it has the chance of being a total disaster, but this has gone pretty smooth. I thought we were going to have to wait for a clearance and wait to taxi.
King Air 2 Mike Romeo, contact departure today.
This is not
Yeah,
bad.
this is working quickly.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're running rolling release or if they're just, or if they're doing call for release right now. With the departure rate, I'm guessing it's call for release, but.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like there's been a nice stream of guys, but I mean, this dude's lined up and ready to go. So, they might be, this is probably departure end, or departure airport release, right? Sequencing?
Yeah, my guess is that Tower is having to call Seattle departure for release, and each departure is being released individually.
Yeah. This is...
As opposed to rolling release where you just launch them.
Right.
Below knows what I'm talking about.
So as like if you were sitting in the right seat right here, you're obviously
Hold short.
I'd be
Bravo
uncomfortable. No, I'm sorry. What was your
holding
actual
short
question?
Bravo 1, citation 204 Lima Echo. I did read that back at first, but I think he was probably just confirming.
Yep. What was your question?
Traffic
I'm
off
sorry.
of assigned runway 14 right. It'll be about 3
The
minutes in trail
FO at
for
this point,
sequencing,
like your
push about 3
navigator
minutes in trail for
and
flow at the
got the
corner.
radio, so you're on the FMS, making sure that that's all set up, making sure the heading bug and all that stuff is working. The guy in the left seat is literally just power and yokes, right?
Yeah, no, I'm just bored in the right seat at this point.
Yeah.
Everything would already be set up by the time we leave the blocks. So really, once we taxi, it's just brakes, TRs, flaps, and crew briefing, and that's about it.
Yeah.
So, and then I just wait and twiddle my thumbs until we get takeoff clearance. Generally, the rule of thumb is that Generally, the rule of thumb is that while the autopilot is off, the heading bug is manipulated by the pilot not flying. When the autopilot is on, the heading bug is manipulated by the pilot flying, because that's what's actually controlling the flight path of the aircraft. So,
right. Okay. Yeah. So
the
heading
altitude
bug,
pre-select is always done by the pilot not flying.
pilot
per the
not
book.
flying. Okay.
Yeah, per
So-
the book. Reality is a little different. But
Yeah, and when the heading bug, when the autopilot is not armed, is just a indicator for the pilot.
yeah, it's just a reference.
Yeah.
So if the autopilot's not on, then the heading bug's just a reference. As soon as the autopilot gets turned on, it's it's driving the system.
Now on this
It
one,
looks like your HSI is playing ball, by the way, so you can select nav mode.
okay, cool.
Southwest 549, Boeing Tower, runway 14 right, line up point. 3 minutes in trail.
Now that means that I can hit this whenever.
Yep.
So as soon as we rotate, I can.
Southwest 549, said Boeing.
I can.
Be careful with speed mode. See what it did to your flight director?
I'm Boeing here, Boeing, we're all Boeing.
Yeah.
See how I brought the flight director down to the
Yeah.
to the horizon. So you don't want speed
that's all
mode
the
until you're
velocity
pretty
there.
much on your speed.
Okay.
So you'll need to hit the toga button again, otherwise it won't go back up.
Okay.
So toga button, and then you'll have to rearm nav, and you'll probably want to recycle the altitude pre-select as well. So nav, and then just hit the altitude select button twice. There you go.
Cool.
Yay, old Citation.
Now you're going to.
Citation 4 Lima Echo, pull up to a hold short, runway 14 right.
All right, pull up, hold short, 14 right, Citation 204 Lima Echo. You're
I'm gonna what?
hand fly this in real life, right?
Most likely. Yeah, I
Monitor
hand fly as
tower
much as I
204 Lima
can.
Echo.
Dock
Sorry.
205, monitor
Okay.
tower.
Yeah, I hand fly as much as I can.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember you hand flew that departure out of John Wayne, that whole thing, up until cruise, right?
Yeah. As much as I legally and safely can, I hand fly
102, Boeing tower, continue. Traffic
until I get
cancellation.
bored, and then the autopilot comes on.
Look at how many freaking planes are here. This is awesome.
Honestly, man, like most of my flying technique just comes down to me being bored and lazy.
Yeah.
So
You can only get to that point though when you.
Sequence for 14 right is going to be the southwest in position, then .com 206, Citation 4 Lima Echo, .com 205, Swiss Air 74 heavy.
Okay. I mean that only happens when you know the plane inside and out. And obviously the procedures are one thing. Like you know, you
Southwest
at this point
549, wind
have the
160,
IFR
runway
procedures.
14 right, clear
You
for
could do
takeoff.
that in your sleep. But you can also, you know, if you get a warning light, if you get a hydraulic failure or whatever failure, you snap into a mode right away where you're not having to like, okay, what's next? What are we doing? How's everything looking? Like you.
Well, the nice thing about jets is that it's such a controlled environment and you have such strict procedures for everything that if something happens, there is a definitive answer for what you do. And 9 times out of 10 with a malfunction, the definitive answer is nothing. You do nothing.
Yeah.
You wait, right? You fly the airplane, you get it safe, and once you're in a safe regime for the flight, then you go to the checklist.
Yeah.
There are very few things in a light citation that will kill you right now. There's a couple of them. Flight control lockups, TR deployment, things like that. Those will kill you right now.
Yeah.
But outside of that, there's not a whole lot of things that are going to get you in trouble.
Right.
Southwest 549, contact departure, good day.
Everything's pretty automated. It's a cables and pulleys system for the flight controls. The engines are direct drive cables through the throttles to the fuel control unit. So.
Charlie, you're
Oh, is it really? It's a cable?
Yeah. Yeah, it's cable.
Jeez.
So, yeah, I mean, it's.
I would have to say that is
pretty strict.
That is at Boeing Field. That is not out of the question.
Field Tower,
well, he's called ball
on the visual for 14 right.
I've seen a couple F-18s flying in and out of here just randomly.
Walker 169, Boeing Tower, wind 160 at 9er, runway 14 right, clear to land.
Oh, it's 727.
Right, Walker 169.
It's just a cleverly disguised 727.
That F4 was?
Yeah.
Class 572, Papa Charlie, wind 160 at 9er, runway 14 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 14 left, 2 Papa Charlie.
Is that the little Cessna there? Maybe?
Clear 8 Delta Lima, follow the
nice.
A320 heading to your right on Bravo.
There he goes. My pathetic Boeing Field
Clear
scenery.
8 Delta Lima, Boeing ground.
Yeah, there's room for improvement on this
Clear 8
one.
Delta Lima, the readback is correct, and you can monitor tower. Good day.
Ryan, it's all a clever ruse. I actually have a cheat sheet I'm reading off right in front of me that somebody who actually knows what they're talking about wrote.
Just reading Wikipedia.
Contact ground
Pretty much, yeah. I Google really fast.
Last 2 Papa Charlie, contact departure. Good day.
This is awesome.
Good day, 2 Papa Charlie.
This is awesome. When we were waiting at San Jose when we were getting, your release, and we were just kind of sitting there and super busy. And it's annoying.
We were there for like 45 minutes.
Yeah, we were there for a long time. And I get on a simulator, like you're in a controlled environment where you kind of want to like just go and do it, and you're impatient, you're just sitting there.
Runway 14 left, taxi alpha.
But I think that the delays, the waiting is so cool to replicate in the simulator in this situation, because it's going to happen in the real world. And yeah, I mean, we're not wasting any fuel. No one's in the back getting pissed.
Yep, the jet fuel's free.
If you, I mean, really the only constraint is I only have an hour to hop on the sim. I got to take the kids to soccer practice, or I got to go to a meeting, or whatever. But other than that kind of stuff, this is so cool to replicate.
Yeah. No, if I never simulated sitting waiting for a release, I'd be okay with that.
Well, yeah. Well, when you're, and that's a good distinction too. You do it in real life, so there's no novelty in it for you. You just want to fly the damn Falcon.
Roger, just hold your position,
whatever.
and I'll taxi you.
But if you're kind of playing pretend and a non commercial jet pilot,
Tango, wind 160
this is kind of a cool replication of what actually does happen.
That is accurate. I do a lot of waiting.
That's right.
And I am adept at waiting at places. I'm really good at enjoying FBO chairs.
Monitor tower 118.3.
I excel at holding short of runways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last trip I had to call up flight service on the GCO on the 175 to get my clearance.
5 Delta Sierra. Do you have room to get behind the heavy Swiss Air?
Yeah, I make a lot of phone calls to the flight data desk at the various different centers and approach facilities when we're departing out of uncontrolled fields. But that's the thing about flying a light jet, is you go into a lot of places that you wouldn't otherwise find yourself in most jets. Also, that A320 behind you looks like it's kind of good.
1920.
That looks so awesome.
Visual approach on my
Hey, look, a thumbnail.
Yep.
I'm off for 1 sec.
All right. That is too cool. Well, as we hold short here, happy Saturday. If you're just joining us, I'm going to pimp the Discord.
1924 Boeing Tower,
Flight,
wind 160
I am great, because this is the coolest thing ever. Getting a great tutorial from Brad on how to do this for real.
Walker 169, cross runway 14 left, and contact
it's just
ground
too
point
cool.
enter.
This is too freaking cool.
Cross 14 left and contact ground Walker 169. Thank you.
There's so many planes. Look at how many planes are on the ground at Boeing right now. This is all the ADS-B traffic at Boeing. Oh my god.
Sorry, there was a snap that needed to be sent.
Look at how ridiculous this is. I hope this view works. Yeah, there we go. If you're watching on a
5 Delta Sierra,
small
that's
screen.
the traffic. It's just displaying incorrectly. Do you have access behind
just insane.
5 Delta Sierra, Roger. Use caution for the jet.
It was not for that.
Traffic will be
just for the record.
Idle power.
Snapping away.
Yeah. My very sad confession of the day is I hate Snapchat, but this is the way that this individual communicates, so I'm communicating in that way.
Yeah, I think we've all downloaded our fair share of communication apps for one freaking purpose.
Yeah. I mean, I've had Snapchat for years, but then that's just how this person likes to talk. So.
Is this guy lining up? Yep. All right, so we're 97 on the takeoff power.
24, we can make it Alpha 7 if you need it.
Yeah, 97-ish.
And
Tango,
we're not paying for
Tango,
these
contact
engines, so also whatever.
Yep, so who cares?
Alaska 1924, take it down to Alpha 8 at Alpha 8, cross runway 14 left.
Take it on Alpha 8 at Alpha 8, cross runway 14 left.
Pull up. Pull up.
Walker 169, Boeing ground.
Carter,
Boeing ground, safe parking.
welcome. Thank you for the follow. Got my rudder pedals situated. It's
Walker
not-
169, Texas signature
not
via
part
Alpha.
of the typical checklist. Rudder pedals moved to the right. I have my wall.
.coms 206,
and then
wind 160 at 9 runway 14 right, clear
like
takeoff.
5-pound dumbbells as space, and then my rudder pedals. So my
Walker
pedals are
169, that was you
like
talking
pushed
about the
up
traffic.
against the dumbbells. It's so jank. All right, so this guy's off.
Roger, that's a sim issue. You can contact support at pilotedge.com.
Or net.
I'm sorry, pilotedge.net. You know that.
There we go. we all have our own jankness.
Walker 169, it's not a problem. You can continue taxiing via Alpha. The only traffic that I have on a movement is short of runway 14 left, and there's a little pocket over there. You should be able to get around.
Oh, look at how cool that looks. That is awesome.
Later.
So we're looking at accelerating up
Mike Roger.
to
Walker
200.
169, did you hear that?
Yeah, go to 200 and stay there.
Okay.
Walker 169, give it a chance and let us know how it works.
And then once you're
Break.com,
in the Bravo, you can go to 250.
Yeah.
Things will happen very fast. This is going to be
Citation,
extremely entertaining.
Follow the Learjet ahead and to the right.
Yeah. This will be interesting indeed.
Citation 204, Lima Echo, Boeing Tower 14 right, line up wait.
Line up and wait, 14 right, citation 204 Lima Echo.
Godspeed, son.
This is where the nerves
Approaching
start to build
runway
up.
14
169,
right.
thank you.
Enter
Yeah, at
runway
this
14
point,
right.
I'm in the right seat waking up.
9,800 feet remaining.
Alaska 1924, clear for contact ground.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the
Alaska
pitot heat coming on.
1924, affirmative,
Yep.
contact ground, point there.
So takeoff flows, heats, lights, and ignitions.
Ignitions
So
are
pitot
on.
heat, ignitions on,
Tower
and
TV,
then
one Bravo Delta, visual, one
all
four
your
right.
flashy bright lights.
Alaska 1924, Boeing ground, Texas,
The
signature
ignitions
via
are
Alpha.
normal right now. You'll want to flip those on.
DBM 1 Bravo Delta, Boeing Tower.
This is so
Wind
cool.
160 at 9er, runway 14 right, clear to land, traffic in position, citation. Alright, clear to land 14 right, DBM 1 Bravo Delta.
That's a little nerve-wracking.
Hmm.
We got clear to land
Citation
behind me.
9er, Mike, follow the
Oh,
Learjet
yeah, no
and
pressure.
monitor Tower 118.3.
Going good.
So it's there, 7-4 heavy, you'll be number 2 for departure after the departing citation, and I have TPM will be landing prior to your departure.
This is so great.
TPM 1 Alpha Sierra, wind 160 at 9er, runway 14 left, clear for takeoff.
14 left, clear takeoff, keeping 1 off here.
Probably
I
this.
just realized.
What's that?
Just realized. No ignition lights on that panel.
Hmm.
TPM 1121 Lima, Boeing ground, runway 14 left, taxi via Alpha, hold short, Alpha 1.
This guy's close, man.
Oh, he's on a 2-mile final. It's a TBM. What could go wrong?
Diamond 605 Delta Sierra, Boeing Tower, hold short, runway 14 left.
He's waiting for upwind spacing, I think.
Yeah. He's gonna hold it for the last second. The pinch play.
Hello?
It's getting close.
Hello?
Citation 204 Lima Echo, I'm sorry, I'm going to get you off the runway. Taxi down runway 14 right, make a right turn off at Bravo 2, no delay.
Without delay.
Without delay to Bravo 14 right, citation 204 Lima Echo.
Hurry! Hurry! Hurry!
Number 1 Alpha Sierra, contact departure.
He's gonna.
1 officer departure.
Oh, he's gonna send him around. He does not want to send him. Sorry, folks in the back.
Clear 8 Delta Lima, hold short of Bravo if you haven't already got onto it.
It's alright, it's an off-road vehicle.
Yeah.
Citation 204 Lima Echo, thank you. Runway 148, taxi via Bravo, Bravo 1. You'll be following a .com A320 now.
Bravo 1, 14 right, citation 204 Lima Echo. Son of a bitch. So that was. Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah, that's happened.
So they're holding you as long as possible for spacing on the other end when they've got someone breathing down your neck, basically.
Well, realistically, what happened is he lined you up with the anticipation of getting a release for you.
Yeah.
And he didn't get the release when he thought he was going to.
Yeah. So ideally, he should have. Well, I mean, not should have. That's presumptuous, but he could have kept me holding short.
If it were me, I wouldn't have lined you up until I had the release.
Yeah.
Eclipse 191 Tango Bravo, Boeing ground.
That's the
runway 14
.com
right,
320 that you're
taxi
departing
via
behind
Alpha.
in front of you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so we're gonna cut in front of these guys. This is great. Like, all right, so we're gonna get the strobes coming off. Can I turn the ignitions off?
And the heats. The heats have a 2-minute limit.
TBN
On the ground.
915 Mike.
Got it.
Boeing ground, runway 14 left, taxi via Alpha, give way to...
So heats, lights, and ignitions is any time you go onto or off of the runway.
Okay.
Although I usually wait for heats until I have the takeoff clearance.
Runway 14 left, contact ground point 9er.
And in the Excel, I wait for the ignition until I have the takeoff clearance as well, because the exciter box in the Excel costs about $2,000.
Sweet. This is so
Sarah
great.
74 heavy, wind 160 at 9er, runway 14 right.
I feel like, and correct me if you're like, no, dude, no. But I feel like if you were in the right seat, I could fly this plane in real life.
Probably. Yeah.
Because you can fly it single pilot.
It's an easier airplane to fly than a 172, to be honest with you. Things just happen fast.
November 1121 Lima Roger, hold it.
You know, but once you're used to the speed, it's not hard. It's an easy airplane.
Remember 1121 Lima, hold the position. I have opposite direction.
That 172 on the runway there.
Yeah.
Is a
Boeing
I
Tower,
think
Epic
that's
261 Alpha
Swift
Bravo, visual
flight.
14 right.
positive. Yeah, that is a Swift flight. That 172 is actually a 747-800.
Oh, really? That's probably why it's jumping around all over the place.
Yeah.
Other aircraft, your step on, say again.
Epic 261 Alpha Bravo on the visual.
Well, I mean, good job, PilotEdge, so far.
Epic 261 Alpha Bravo, Boeing
Yeah,
Tower.
that was textbook for how it's done.
Yeah.
With pulling you off the runway. It just sucks that it happened.
But just like in general, like it seems like with the amount of planes that are logged on right now, there isn't. I mean, this would be like leaving an event like we did, you know, NFL playoff game, big rush going someplace, you know.
Yeah.
So 074 heavy contact departure.
Oh, dude, the sounds on this are so great. It actually's got the avionics fans going too.
Yeah.
800,
No, flight's right. Turbines are a lot easier, especially if you have digital engine controllers. The early 500 series don't, though, so you do have to watch the N1s. As long as you set your N1s appropriately, then you don't have to worry about the ITT or the N2.
Epic 1 Alpha Bravo, no need to acknowledge, but caution wake turbulence traffic. Previous departure was a 747.
I'll get you the info, Ryan. I don't remember actually what it's called. Over the line there, buddy.
November 1121 Lima, continue to enter the Alpha.
Yeah, it's pretty close. I am sure he is in his sim.
Guidelines. It's all right.
Yeah.
Power 800, hold short Alpha 7.
What's he gonna do? Is he gonna send the FO out there to get out and push, like push back? You know,
Power 800,
he already has his privileges, bitch.
Yeah, get TRs.
Go push.
Those engines look weird.
No. That's not how it
5 Delta
happens.
Sierra, wind 160 at 9 or runway 14
You
left.
never ask someone to do something you wouldn't do yourself. Most of the
CBM
time.
915 Mike, runway 14 left, line of point.
Usually.
Okay. What do we have here? We got a dude on final. We got Alpha Bravo on final. And get another dude coming around. Okay. So this, who came up first here? This twin. Can't see. Let's go to Goldsy view here.
November 191 Tango Bravo, roger, contact tower 118.3, or monitor tower 118.3.
Look at all the planes on the other side too, on the little runway. It's so great.
Tapping 5 Delta Sierra, contact departure, good day.
I fully admit I'm a fair weather pre-flighter. That's really funny. It's all the things that
TBM 5 Mike. Continue holding
don't
in position,
realize or
about
anticipate, or they
3
don't tell you in the
minutes for
textbooks.
flow into Portland.
It's going to be cold as shit when you're doing your checkout, or your pre-flight. Is this dude going around? No. He's just fixing his glide path. What is that? What is happening? Dude, that's somebody trolling for sure. That is somebody slow flighting. You
November 1121 Lima, contact tower 118.3.
bastard. Oh my god.
.com 205
That
or 14 right,
is
line of point.
an epic.
Dude, there's so many planes going down.
Phrasing.
Just a mess.
Oh my god, the on route is insane.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at right now. They've got two.
No.
They've got the northbound and the southbound going. Southbound actually doesn't look bad.
And Portland's getting busier.
Epic 1 Alpha Bravo right from Bravo 3, contact ground point 9er.
Yeah, the northbound's about to get
left, cross
insane.
runway 14
Yeah.
left. On the other side, contact ground point 9er.
Yeah, we got to get out of here before.
Okay, left on Alpha 4, cross runway 14 left, contact ground point 9er on the other side. 1 Alpha Bravo, thank you.
.com 205, we've got 5 minutes in position. Continue holding for flow into Portland.
Oh. Yeah, Seeger, the ground clamping on that made it look like a pretty gnarly touchdown. That is kind of cool though, watching that flow. It's just like a big clockwise circle. Yeah, good thing I added some fuel. We got plenty.
Epic 261 Alpha Bravo, Boeing ground, taxi signature via Alpha.
Yeah, that dude must have been dragging in that Epic just to screw with everybody.
What a guy.
Awesome. Carbon Club, clear to land, 15 right. Make kilo and screw everybody up. So is this the dude that got the 5-minute delay?
I don't know.
Because this is .com. I don't. they got to get all of us off of here.
Good luck.
Yeah.
It seems like the bottleneck is in the departure right now. It is. Flight.com is flightplan.com's filing service.
It's like $1,000 a month, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah. What plane am I looking for from the warehouse towards John Wayne? What do you mean?
915, Mike, wind 160 at 9 runway 14 left, clear for takeoff.
I was on the left side. How are our passengers doing back here? Did you guys eat all the Skittles yet?
Oh, they're bouncing off the walls at this point.
Yeah, they're pissed. Like, yeah, well, this is what you get for planning a flight during a flying.
Look at how uncomfortable those seats are. That'll tell you everything you need to know.
Oh yeah, Feisty. Yeah, this is not real world.
Number 915, Mike, contact departure.
How many planes do we have on the ground at BFI right now?
Birds.
Whoa.
Let's hope not. Let's hope not, Finbar. I want to actually get in the air.
There are 15 airplanes on the ground at BFI right now.
That's awesome. So that's a like epically busy day at John Wayne. Maybe not epic. I would say that's probably like the peak of the week, of a typical week, right?
Sequence for 14 right. It's going to be
what, 15 airplanes moving on the ground?
Yeah, John Wayne.
4 Lima at go. Clear 8 Delta Lima, citation 99 Mike.
Let's see, normal would be 3 in the pattern.
Correction TBM 1 Tango, correction to Epic
3,
1 Tango Bravo, then
let's see,
power 800.
2 on the taxiway, 1 on the runway, 1 on final, 1 on the go, 2 helicopters on the west side. So that's 9 or 10. So 15 would be a pretty busy day, yeah. They put 26 lined up in the morning for a morning push when everything's operating normally. So
Number 1121
you get 26
Lima,
airplanes
Boeing
over in
Tower,
17 minutes.
runway 14 left.
That's awesome.
Holding short, 210.
Okay, so we got our sequence. So we're next in line after Homeboy here. He should be sending this dude pretty soon here.
Yeah, being lined up for that long would make me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
As you saw.
Yeah. Yeah, that was... I could feel him breathing down my neck. There's no... imminent
205, wind 160 at 9, runway 148, clear for takeoff.
Cool. He didn't hold us short, but we'll probably get lined up here. Get moving. Looks like it's animated by South Park.
Citation 4 Lima Echo, runway 148, line of point.
Line up and wait. 14 right, citation 204 Lima Echo. The lights coming on, and then
approaching runway 14
we'll
right.
hold on ignitions and heat.
Entered runway 14 right.
Probably a good idea.
Remaining.
TBM 21 Lima, just for your planning purposes, probably going to be another 10 minutes or so for departure. Time now 2015.
Awesome.
I got multiple jet traffic departing off the right side, and I'm going to get minimum spacing I can.
Guy's like, damn it.
Copy that. I'll sit tight.
What's up, Slinzer?
.com 205, contact departure.
Okay, so we're probably another minute.
That's optimistic.
You think so? Behind that guy, isn't it 2 minute spacing?
Should be 3 miles on the upwind.
3 miles, okay.
But again, that depends on if he has a release or not for you.
Right. Slinzer's 5 behind. Nice. It's going to tell you to shut down an engine. I mean, we're not paying for
Yeah,
this.
where are you at on gas anyway? About 3,000 or so?
Yeah, like exactly 3,000.
Yeah.
I mean, we
Ish.
had like 3.5 hours of fuel, so.
Sure.
$900, 1,000 pounds an hour? No.
On the ground?
No, not in the ground. In the air.
I was gonna say, God, I hope not. No, airborne. Yeah, airborne up high, you're doing 400 a side. In a Bravo, at least. This is a 2, so I'm using that.
Yeah, I
you're
thought
doing
I saw like
400-ish
940 or
side.
something per hour.
Yeah. Depends how high you go. S2, you're going to be in the 36 to 39 range most of the time.
Sounds so cool.
But it's 204 Lima Echo, wind 160 with 9er, runway 14 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 14 right, citation 204 Lima Echo.
Heat lights and ignitions, elevator, push the power and go.
Hold on to your butts.
Clear 8 up Lima, runway 14 right, line up and white.
There's,
That power's good enough.
yeah. That is impossible to freaking see. Okay. 100.
You want to rotate? Gear lights and yeah.
Citation 4 Lima Echo, contact departure, good day.
Departure 204 Lima Echo. See ya.
Gear come up.
Mike, turn right heading 200. 2005, Mike. Dotcom 205, could
Flaps up.
Buzo, resume on navigation.
Direct Buzo on nav, Dotcom 205.
Seattle departure
2000.
citation 204 Lima Echo 2000.
204 Lima Echo, Seattle departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 13,000.
13000 204 Lima Echo.
Hi, Bill.
Hi Goldsy, this is fun.
Indeed.
All right. You got your work to do.
Yes. Okay, we'll get that set, which would have been done by the FO, right?
Yep.
And then we're gonna do
Vertical speed. Or speed mode, that's fine. Yep, that'll work.
I went over.
Flaps up already?
Yeah, flaps are up.
Okay.
Let's get
You want
this-
that power to be about 93% now.
Okay.
Ish.
Is the airspeed? Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's working.
205, connect Seattle Center 126.6.
there. It goes.
Through
Okay.
3,000, you can go to 250.
Through 3000.
Yeah. So I'd go vertical speed.
Do this. Okay, vertical speed. And just leave it in that profile.
And then select about 1,500 feet a minute.
Okay, that dial is impossible, so it's
Yeah, it's on the TCAS display there.
yeah. Yeah, but that wheel, that
Can you not click on like the top of it
no,
or
it's just
bottom
like
of it?
yeah, it's using the actual 3D model. It's better. There's 1500.
Okay. So now you're going to wait until you're at 250 knots, and then you're going to hit speed mode again.
Okay.
And now ignition's normal. Recog lights stay on. N1 sync, or I'm sorry, the engine sync would go to the fan, which is right below the flaps.
Piece of cake, man.
It's easy, man. It's an easy airplane.
9015, Mike, turn left heading 130.
Seatbelt sign off, look back and watch them bounce around and laugh.
Direct Buzo for you shortly. Bye, Mike.
Okay, so they were coming up on 250.
204 Lima Echo, could direct Buzo.
Flight you can, but the
Direct
problem is
Buzo citation 204 Lima Echo.
sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
You can flight, but the problem is that if you do that, it's going to pitch down to like 500 feet per minute while it's accelerating. So you don't want to do that. So speed mode.
Got it.
Direct Buzo.
Buzo.
Departure, legit A, Delta Lima's with you, 2.
Direct intercept.
There we go. Buzo, direct.
Right, Delta Lima, negative radar contact. Check your transponder code.
Buzo.
Booking 46768, Delta Lima.
I show a VFR target off the departure end of the runway.
Cool.
You are in nav mode. It is going.
It is going. Oh, dude, look at how good that looks. Oh my god, that looks so awesome. With Rainier out there. Oh, dude, get out of here.
Seattle departure, CBM 112 on Lima at 1000, climbing to 2. 112 on Lima, Seattle departure, radar contact, climb and maintain, 15,000.
So sick.
15,000 for 2 on Lima. Number 5 Delta Sierra, connect Seattle Center, 126.6.
That looks freaking money.
5 Mike, Mike, direct Buzo, resume on navigation.
Direct Buzo on nav, 5 Mike.
So we're direct Buzo. And that's going to be, we got a little bit of ways for that, so that's fine. We're expecting...
Great Delta Lima, still just showing you on a VFR code. I can't work you like that.
Let's do...
Okay, I'll try you recycling at 8, Delta Lima.
Thank you.
So we got...
112 and Lima, turn right, heading 160. Turn right, 160, 2 on Lima.
111.13. Let's get that in there. 111.13? No, 111.3. So this might be a really dumb question.
Delta Lima, let's get our radar contact, climb and maintain 15.
The ILS
215,000,
is
Delta Lima.
Delta Lima, clear direct.
Directional in both
Clear
ways.
direct Buzo, 8, Delta Lima.
Yes.
15 Mike,
As in you
Seattle Center,
can,
126.6.
you
Same
can track it
frequency.
both inbound and outbound.
Yeah, same frequency for 10 and 28.
Correct, yeah. So that's a tower function. They can change which direction it's actually active for. They can change which runway it's active for.
I mean, like, for lack of a better description, like they're turning it towards the other end of the runway.
Yeah, they're flipping a switch. But yeah, that's pretty much it, yeah. I'm looking for, I have a document that has all the different 500 series differences.
Wait, Delta Lima, I need that turn now.
So
Really
the S2,
190, direct Buzo enabled.
normal climb speed is... I thought I had it, maybe not. Oh, they've updated this document, that's really cool. Okay, yeah, cruise climb speed S. Ah, okay, so it's not 100% the same. So the cruise climb speed in the S2 is 225.
225, okay.
Yeah. So it's 225 minus 1 knot per 1,000 feet. So above 10, you're doing 200-ish.
Okay.
Interesting.
Is departing from Arlington. We are currently south at 2,500. We will pick up IFR to Portland.
Oh, the Ultra's how about that?
Seattle departure squawk.
Cool.
Look at
I've never flown an S2, like I said, so...
you never have?
Never flown an S2. There aren't many of them left. It wasn't an overly successful airplane.
Well, good job, Carenado, for picking a...
Yeah, they picked a weird one.
Yeah. Since you sat so long on the ground, the customers want you to do 250.
You're capturing 13.
Yeah, and it's... What's it doing?
Wow. Shit, the 5 only has a 2-to-1 bypass ratio? Yeah.
3 Delta Lima, connect Seattle Center, 126.
That's close enough,
it's captured
right?
at Yeah, that's plenty close. Now you're just going to make sure the airspeed doesn't go past the red line. That's about it.
3499 Mike, Seattle departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 15,000. 15,000 minutes.
So we're gonna We're on the
Number 5, Papa X-ray radar contact.
the Crater 2.
12 north of the Payne VOR, clear to the Portland airport is filed, maintain.
Which really is fitting.
2000.
Yeah. Hopefully not too fitting. But pretty much. Oh, wait, no, I want to go Crater 2.
X-ray back is correct.
Show plate. So we are on Buzo, and then Helens. So we don't have to be at an altitude until Crater and.
Echo connect Seattle Center.
So you will get a.
What was that frequency? Seattle.
126.6.
126.6 citation at 204 Lima Echo.
This is a problem with not being able to hear the radio.
I know, yeah.
I keep talking over you.
No, it's okay. I don't mind it at all. If I heard the actual frequency, it would have been fine. Seattle Center citation 204 Lima Echo 13,000.
Number 204 Lima Echo, Seattle Center, Roger, state speed.
What are we at? We're at 250 right now, citation 204 Lima Echo.
November 204 Lima Echo, Roger, maintain maximum forward speed for sequencing. What will that be?
Alright, maximum forward speed, we can go up to 278, 204 Lima Echo.
204 Lima Echo, Roger, maintain 270 knots.
270, citation 4 Lima Echo.
Number 8 Delta Lima, state speed.
Now it's like flying a real citation.
Creep it up.
When ATC starts bitching at you for not flying fast.
That is awesome. Go. We need you to go faster than that. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Can you go faster? No, but I can go a lot slower.
Does that help? Is it like?
You have no idea how many times I've had that conversation with LA Center.
Yeah.
You know, when they're like, oh, hey, can you maintain 300 knots or better? No, but we can take 30 degrees to the left and slow to 0.40 Mach. Oh, that worked great. And they blow a 7.3 by you at 150 knot overtake. You know?
Total disrespect flight. I agree.
The accuracy, not even the disrespect.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
Well, we've had
sounds like a plan. See you later.
4 frequencies and 4 different controllers. How cool is that?
Yeah.
So, all right.
Just wait till the next guy asks you what your best forward speed is, and you just go, "You're looking at it." And you hear, shit.
This is it. That's what he told me to do.
Yep.
So we're good until Hiker, and we need to be at or below 9,000 by Hiker.
Right. Now there's a speed on this arrival that you can't do. You can't do 280 knots, so you're doing the best you can, but they know that.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. That is cool. So then it's 9,000 at Hiker. Now in this plane,
205, contact approach 124.35.
do you?
2435.
You know when you've got a
King Air 139
altitude restrictions, 9,000, 7,000. Do you care which one you're at or where you're at?
Depends on your arrival.
Yeah.
In this case, it's 4,000 feet between Hiker and Voodoo. That's 12 miles. That's exactly a 3-degree descent profile. So you'll want to cross Hiker at 9,000 and then continue straight down to 5 at Voodoo if you're given the descend via clearance, but you haven't been given that yet. So.
Right. So and if we don't get descend via, we'll just do whatever they tell us to do.
Right.
November 915, Mike, state speed.
Ain't no VNAV in this plane flight.
November 5, Mike, Roger. Descend and maintain 10,000.
And if it was VNAV and you didn't get descend via, you'd have to manually put it in anyway, right?
Yep. You'd have to make sure it's configured properly at least.
Oh yeah, go back through the FMS and update it.
Yeah.
November 112 in Lima, Seattle Center. Climb and maintain flight level 210.
Dude, this is so awesome.
Flight level 210 for 210.
Arriving and departing runways 10 left.
November 204 Lima Echo, direct crater.
Simultaneous
direct crater citation 204 Lima Echo.
IFR departures, contact, clearance, delivery. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Notice to airmen. ILS
November 8 Delta Lima, descend via crater 2 arrival.
IFR departures,
landing east, port altimeter 300.
Look at that.
Maintain 250 knots or less.
Assignment, hold short instructions.
Yeah, go directly to crater.
Landing East 8 Delta Lima. 250 and R left. Portland, yeah.
All right, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna go ATIS PDX. What do you got? What do you got, Nightbot? Foxtrot, beautiful. Weather sucks. Wind is whatever. I actually don't think the winds are too bad.
D8 is Portland.
Yeah,
Currently-
180 at 10.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Clouds down to
80 degree
2200.
crosswind. Beautiful.
Yep. And we've got a decently low ceiling too, which is kind of fun. I mean, like it's not low enough where we won't be able to unhook and land it if we need to, but still it'll be fun to pop out of that.
You've got staggered Portland layers.
Yep. There's Mount St. Helens, the namesake of the arrival was it the arrival or the departure? I think there was
the Helens arrival.
The Helens arrival, yeah. Which happens to be right.
Seattle Center, King Air 1399, leaving 180.
Number 1399, roger. November 204 Lima Echo, cross crater at and maintain 12000, Portland altimeter 3006.
Okay, at 12000 at crater, citation 204 Lima Echo.
How far from crater are you?
We are...
And that is not a trick question.
I know, 22 miles.
Cross Olympia at
All
maintain
right.
17,000.
So if you want to make the math super easy, you can just start a descent at 5 miles.
17,000 from Gotham 250.
Start a descent at 5 miles?
Negative Olympia.
Yeah, 5 miles to crater. You'll start down.
Okay.
If you want to make the math super easy.
At
But
17,000.
you've got 12,000 there in the window, so you'll want to make sure that's armed. Anytime you change the altitude pre-select, you need to arm it.
Okay, and as long as you arm it and don't touch anything else, it's not going to start doing it.
In the real airplane, yes.
Yeah.
We'll see what this one does.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, it's only 1,000 feet.
What's up, Adone? Happy Saturday.
What's your ground speed?
Saturday, jet, IFR,
November 915, Mike
311.
Forward approach 124.35.
So you'll want to start down at 1,500 feet a minute.
Okay.
Directly to crater.
Number 204 Lima Echo, contact Portland approach 124.35.
2435, citation 204 Lima Echo. 2435.
Approach TBM 915, Mike 10,000, Foxtrot. TBM 915, Mike, Portland approach, Foxtrot's currently altimeter 3006. Yeah, you have a first class.
Sorry, I cut you off at the end there.
No problem, you have the first class.
Visual or the ILS 10, right?
No visual. Well, maybe.
TBM 5, Mike, Roger, expect ILS, show 110.
No, probably not.
We expect ILS 10, right? Bye.
Portland approach, citation 204 Lima Echo 13000.
Just 204 Lima Echo, Portland approach. Thank you, the altimeter 3006, Foxtrot, current advising you have that. Expect ILS, show 110,
We've got information Foxtrot. We'll expect the ILS for 10 right, citation 204 Lima Echo. Could we request the left side? Like you could ask for that, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Portland
Yeah,
approach,
we'll
citation 204 Lima Echo. Is 10 left approach available?
I can give you the RNAV Yankee 10 left.
Unable on the RNAV. Can we get the ILS for 10 left? Citation 204 Lima Echo.
Negative, it's out of service.
Alright, roger that. We'll stick with the ILS for 10 right, citation 204 Lima Echo.
Roger, expect that.
ILS 10 left out of service. What is this bullshit?
This is a simulator. That's fine though. I mean, that's cool.
Flight. I had a guy who I was flying with get the ATIS, check the weather before the flight, mind you. We had already briefed the ILS approach and the arrival and everything like that. It's snowing. It's 2 miles visibility and overcast at 1,300 feet, blowing snow at the airport. And we're 5 miles, no, more than that, like 15 miles from the airport, about to get a vector to the downwind. And he's like, so are you wanting to cancel in the air, or do you want to keep the IFR all the way to the ground? Like, first of all, bro, this is a towered airport. Like, we don't need to cancel in the air. Second of all, it's 2 miles visibility and snowing.
Hilarious.
So, he didn't live that one down.
Hilarious.
Down 6,000.
Yeah.
All right. What does this thing start at? 4,000. 103 course. We got 10.5 ready to go. Nav 1. I'm not going to brief any mist. We're going to go mist over my dead body.
That's awfully confident of you.
Holy crap, we're turning.
Hey, yeah, why are we turning? Are we at crater?
Yeah.
Are you at 12,000?
No.
You should probably get to 12,000 then, huh?
Oh, yeah. Let's go vertical speed.
Why is your thing still showing like 4 miles to go? That's weird.
I repeat that, citation 204 Lima Echo.
Showing you across the crater at 12,000, descend to maintain 12,000.
Down to 12,000, citation 204 Lima Echo.
As if you thought he wouldn't notice.
There's 80 planes in the air right now.
Yeah, like Flight said, just ASAP it.
Yeah.
Station 4 Lima Echo, descend to maintain 900,000.
Down to 900,000, citation 204 Lima Echo. Cool. Down to 9. Man, that extra set of hands is helpful, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It's definitely, I mean, I can see where you would be able to fly at single pilot, but...
Well, I've got 600 hours in type.
Yeah, but...
You know?
Damn.
Bay Medic, the big thing here is that it was a towered airport, and it was 2 miles visibility. But I can't stress enough the fact that it was a towered airport.
And you're talking about going into Portland, right?
No, this was into Idaho Falls.
Mike, going to maintain 5,000. Mike, down to 5,000. 4 November Lima, proceed direct.
Sorry, repeat for.
And also, even if I'm on a 2 mile final and I can see the runway, if I'm in Class Echo or Class Delta or anything other than Class Golf, I have to be able to maintain VFR minimums, and I can't if it's 2 mile visibility.
Yeah. Yokin, welcome.
Yeah, the towered airport part, and also the fact that the field is IFR, you know, that whole bit.
We've got 2 planes just right behind us.
We're going to 9,000 now, flight.
Can you repeat that? 204 Lima Echo?
4 Lima Echo, just going to maintain 6,000.
Down to 6,000, 204 Lima Echo. This
now we're going to 6,000.
This dude, his mic volume is really low.
Hey, bird, whoa, buddy.
Chad, thank you for the gifted subs, man. That's awesome. Welcome, guys.
Nah, Ryan, that vertical speed's just fine.
Delta Sierra, 11,000.
Portland, Fortune Power 1, 1,500 climbing to 6,000, left turn 0 at 5.
Oh, God. It's the last thing we need is Max in here.
1,500 Power 1.
You checked in on nature.
695 Delta Sierra, Twin Star.
695 Delta Sierra, 400 approach. Information box drops current the altimeter.
So you got to be pretty quick getting in that ILS VOR switch over, which is easier in the real plane since you can actually.
As soon as you're on a vector,
yeah, it's so clunky on this to actually get to the button.
Yeah.
So hopefully that'll work.
Air 4 Lima Echo, contact approach 126.9.
126.9er, 204 Lima Echo. See ya. Portland approach, citation 204 Lima Echo, descending through 800 for 8,000 for 6,000. Got information Foxtrot at Portland.
204 Lima Echo, Portland approach, roger. Fly heading.
The avionics are close. Flight
230 Vectors Alice, runway 10 right approach, center maintain 3,000.
230 down to 3,000 for Lima Echo.
Did he assign you a speed or a heading?
Heading.
So, heading mode, center the heading, well, heading bug centered, then heading mode, because now you're going to have a problem.
Yeah.
Go to nav mode, go to nav mode, go to nav mode.
Shoot. 230. Okay.
Number 4 Lima Echo, at the altitude maintain 6,000 for now.
I will maintain 6,000 for Lima Echo. No. Okay. Is it set? It's set. All right. Whew. All right.
All right. So now I would slow to about 200 knots.
Okay, get down to 200. I can move it to, I can get it off of GPS mode, right?
Yeah. So now you're on a vector, so you can take it off of that nav source.
Yeah.
Put it on VOR.
Get the course.
And then spin the course around. Make sure your ILS is tuned.
Number 4 Lima Echo, turn right.
I see IPDX, and I think that's the right one. I'm not looking at the chart,
280 for Lima Echo. 280. Okay.
Heading first, then deal with that.
Approach TBM 915, Mike 5000 Foxtrot.
Stream delay.
Yeah.
Number 915, Mike 12 on approach, roger.
Okay, so.
Set maintain 3,000 V vectors out.
Let's do like an actual IFR thing.
Is that heading set? I don't think that heading's set right. You should be on 280, right?
Yeah, well, what did I put?
270.
280, 599.
Did that work?
Doing fine. Anywhere between 180 and 200 is where you want to be right now on speed.
I was looking for the to identify the.
That's piston bullshit. Who gives a shit about that?
Yeah. Number 5 Mike, reduce speed to 170.
Down to 170, 599.
Just watch that speed. Don't get slower than 180.
Yep. As soon as you said that, I was reaching for the throttle.
Yeah.
Right downstream.
Should be real airplane. It's about 70% in. We'll do that. So.
And let's see, fly heading of 230 for now. Center maintain 4,000.
So now you can reach down and turn off your engine sync.
4,000 at 108 Number 4 Lima Echo, turn left heading 130.
Left 130 for Lima Echo.
Comes your turn.
Number 4 Lima Echo to center maintain 4,000.
Down to 4,000 for Lima Echo.
Alright, get the turn going, get the altitude coming down, then fine tune the turn.
Okay. Down to 4.
Yeah, he's dumping in real tight.
Okay.
Altitude arm, vertical speed, 1,000 feet a minute.
That's 800. There we go. There's 1,000.
Power back.
Number 5 Mike, turn left heading 180.
180, 599.
The approach mode.
Not until you're cleared for the approach.
Okay. And it'll automatically click on, or theoretically will click on.
Number 4 Lima Echo to center maintain 3,000.
Down to 3,000 for Lima Echo.
You're 5 miles.
Reset your altitude selector and double check that it's armed.
Clear on us, runway 10 right approach.
Cleared ILS 10 right approach. 204 Lima Echo.
Okay, hit the approach mode and watch the magic.
Right,
Okay, so we're clear, so now I can hit approach?
Yeah, so now you can hit approach mode. You also want to get down to about 180 knots.
Okay. So approach mode is where?
Top row, 4th button.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, looks like the PE. Okay. Down to 180, you said?
Down to 3. Yeah, slow down.
Look at how pretty that looks. Good lord.
And then once you're below 200, you can go flaps approach, which is 2 clicks.
Okay. Finbar says, has Brad ever thought about being an instructor?
Not even once.
Oh my god, did it just intercept?
5, Mike, you're 6 miles.
Okay, you're capturing.
Holy balls.
Maintain 3,000 close
I'm guessing flaps approach came in because you slowed way down and your altitude ballooned. So 160 knots is what you want now.
Okay.
You're a little high. You may need to manually fly it down to the glide slope.
Okay. Yeah, we're now we're at coming down through 140.
Yeah, so you want 150 to 160 right now.
Okay. Give it a little bit of power. We're still at 140.
Number 40 Macro, maintain 150 knots or greater until PAL.
15 or greater until PAL. Citation 204 Lima Echo.
Now, real quick, go disarm your altitude capture.
Coming down to 15 Mike, maintain 150
It is off, actually.
knots till PAL.
Alright, so approach mode's captured now, which is why it's off. Alright, so 150 to 5, right? That's what he said, 150 to 5?
Descend and maintain, actually
maintain
4,000.
Alright.
I left 19
it did not capture the glide slope for some reason, so you'll need to fly it down and push that power up.
Okay. I'm just gonna unhook autopilot.
Yep. Take the autopilot away. Now you're experiencing a true 500 series citation where it's not doing what you want it to.
Tower 18.7, good day.
Portland approach number 3499 Mike, descending through 5500 for 5000.
Number 204 Lima Echo, Tower 18.7, good day.
18.7 for Lima Echo, see it.
Number 349
get down. Fly the airplane first.
You can expect the RNAV, are you set up for the RNAV Zulu 10 left by any chance?
RNAV Yankee.
Okay, well, we can do the RNAV Yankee or 10 left for number 909 Mike.
Hey, bird.
Portland Tower, Citation 204 Lima Echo, ILS 10 right.
Number 204 Lima Echo, Portland Tower, wind 180 at 10, runway 10 right, cleared to land.
Clear to land 10 right, Citation 204 Lima Echo.
I see you trending right.
Yep.
Number
And you're high.
Juliet Sierra,
Gear
runway
down.
10 left to Echo, clear for takeoff, wind 180 at 10,
Ignition's
fly
on.
runway heading.
Runway heading 10 left, clear for takeoff, 817 Juliet's here.
Hey, look, a runway.
Look at that. So at this point, you don't need to look at, I mean, you're flying it to the airport.
Oh, you should be flying the ILS, but, you know.
Yeah.
Alright, gear ignitions, you want flaps to land next.
Okay. We got 3 green. Flaps coming in. Well, that thing pops
Tower,
up.
Skywest 824, short 1.
Yeah, it wants to balloon more than the real airplane does.
What's the FBO here?
Atlantic. And it's on the 10 left side.
Number 7 Juliet Sierra, contact departure was down.
One of the nicest Atlantics in the country, actually. I follow one of the CSRs there on Instagram. She's pretty cool.
10 left at Tango, line up and wait.
Line up,
Okay, we got 3 green, we got flaps.
left at Tango,
We got lights.
2 mile final runway 10 right.
1 mile final.
Your touchdown target speed's about 100.
Okay.
Actually, let's see, you burnt 500 pounds, 700, so your touchdown speed's actually like 95.
Tower, wind 180 at 10, runway 10 right.
No, actually, she's just pretty cool.
14, gust 17, runway 10 right, clear to land. R10 right, clear line, 5 mile high.
This
500.
approach is gorgeous.
Don't forget to dump the yacht amber, short final. If you haven't already.
Dumped.
Who needs checklists, right?
Yeah. It's all memory. It's all a memory item.
Yep. Hey, look, you're finally intercepting the glide slope.
Look at that. Just in
It's
the
okay,
nick-
you're only 100 feet below minimums to do that.
It's just in the nick of time.
Whoever said there's no points for style was wrong.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Come on, any day now would be good.
Ah, yes. Welcome to the citation.
Whoa.
Found it.
Hello.
Found the ground.
Letter 8 on Flame is with you.
You need a cigarette after that one, Bill.
November 8th, Delta Lima, Portland. Tower, good afternoon. Wind 19014, gust 17, runway
Trust me.
10 right, clear to land. You're following TBM.
Clear to land, 10 right, following TBM.
Speed brakes, TRs, brakes.
Portland Tower. Skyhawk 172, Mike Charlie, holding short 10
Ooh,
left
nice.
at Tango, ready for departure.
Starter. November 4 Lima Echo. Perfect, you're joining Echo, ground point 9er, please. Have a good day.
Ground point 9er, citation 204 Lima Echo. See ya. Alright, we are clear there. Come to a stop. Ground point 9er. Which
Come to a stop by blowing the tires? There was quite some shaking there.
I know it's. I don't know. That's probably a Carenado and my rotor pedal setup. They're laughable.
Yeah.
Where are we? Oh yeah. Okay. So we're off on Echo, right?
Sure. Take your word for it.
Yeah. Portland ground citation 204 Lima Echo. Clear at 10 right at Echo. Taxi Atlantic.
Citation 204 Lima Echo, Portland ground, taxi to Atlantic via Echo Kilo.
Echo Kilo to Atlantic. Citation 204 Lima Echo.
TV
It's a long taxi.
Mike Marco Tower.
That is a long taxi.
I'm on to tower, 5 Delta Lima.
Gonna get your steps in on this one.
Yeah. Adoned, this is the citation, the Carenado citation.
The S550. The citation that nobody wanted.
1,000 stable-ish. It is
3MC, it's 500 stable.
It's a very weird plane for them to pick, but if I was a betting man, I would say that they knew somebody with access to one.
Probably.
And they're just using that.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been nice if they had picked an Ultra or a 5 or an Encore or something like that, but, you know, whatever. It's the same reason that they picked the CJ2 of all airplanes, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that side of it really at all from a plane development, but I know some people that worked on Forza, and it's based, I mean, they take the actual car and then scan it, 3D scan it, so if someone's got a, random spec of a car, like that's what they're going to scan and put in the game. Like, why does this thing have that dash? It's like, well, because that's the dude that gave them the plane. And I don't think they 3D scan these. I mean, Carenado is probably not jumping in any of these jets and 3D scanning. They might be, but
yeah, I don't know.
You definitely need something to reference. Otherwise, you just would never. I mean, you'd pick all of the most popular models.
Ground, TBM 915, Mike off of 10 right at Echo, going to Atlantic.
Ryan, I would have gone and gotten it.
TBM Mike 915, Mike Portland ground, high Atlantic via Echo Kilo.
It was trending towards capturing, but it leveled off 100 feet high. And my guess is that happened because the altitude arm. I don't know. My guess is that's a Carenadoism. But yeah, I would have just autopilot off, gone and gotten it.
Yeah, and I've never actually really thought about it too much, but the actual glide slope, like I didn't really even know what I was looking at here, but it's the three green little rectangles.
Yeah,
right there.
the three boxes on the bottom of your localizer,
Yeah.
and then you have the glide slope on the right.
Yeah.
This is not accurate to the real airplane. The real airplane, you'd actually be flying it off the HSI. You would have that on the ADI as well, but the HSI is what you'd be using for your primary.
Oh yeah, okay. And that doesn't show glide slope though, right?
Yeah, it does. If it's
And
if
then
it's
on
working
this
like the
one.
real thing, no, this one doesn't. No.
Yeah, that's what.
But
Okay, that's
if
what I
it's
meant,
working
yeah.
like the real thing, it would.
Yeah. It's a lot of .coms, dude. This is an awesome taxi, just with all the ground traffic. Look at all of the look at all the planes that are all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get those up, maybe. You'd pull the flaps up as soon as you're off the runway, right?
Yeah.
Holland ground, clear to 8
Yep,
Delta
heat
Lima,
slates,
continue
ignitions,
at
flaps,
Echo.
speed brakes, trims.
Learjet 8 Delta Lima, Portland ground, where you parking?
Main terminal, please.
I've
Learjet 8
never
Lima,
forgotten to pull the
terminal
flaps
by
up and
Echo Bravo,
taxied all the
Tango.
way to the ramp with them down.
Echo and Tango, main terminal 8.
And I've definitely never rolled onto the ramp with the speed brakes still up, and then shut the engines down, got out, and
go
gone.
right turn there on Bravo, then left it off Tango.
How about that?
Thank you, Echo Bravo.
No, that's not
Are you
right.
about to get pulled over?
Did I do that wrong?
No, you did it right. Kilo just doesn't go to the ramp.
Portland ground, November 3499, Mike at Alpha 4, taxi to signature.
So there's a little immersion break there, but that's fine.
Citation 3499, Mike, Portland ground. Where
That's
you
just
want
bad taxi
I
instructions.
guess it's advanced or signature, whatever is to my left there.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Mike, Atlantic is straight
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
You want to go there?
So that'd be perfect. I know, Mike.
Mike, taxi Atlantic straight ahead. Just caution.
We kept it on the pavement, though.
Just ahead to your right and
Yeah,
ramp
yeah,
onto
we're good.
Rotary Pot,
That's
thank
all
you
right.
for the
I know Mike has the traffic.
follow. Welcome aboard.
Sorry, tires are cheap.
Yeah. Especially on this thing.
Portland ground
Yeah.
516 Tango Tango, ready to taxi from Atlantic.
Or 516 Tango, Portland ground.
Yeah, the left side would have been better.
If only, if only.
Mm-hmm. Dude, look at that. How cool is that? Oh my
6 Tango
god.
Tango on.
That is too cool. I don't know why I thought
516 Tango
that
Tango, runway
Atlantic was
10
on the
left,
other-
taxi via
on the
Alpha
other
4,
side.
Alpha,
Yes,
Echo.
sir.
on the end of
10 left, taxi
2.
via Alpha 6 Tango Tango.
For 6 Tango, Alpha
You've-
4, and
You've
Echo.
now passed it, I think.
Alpha,
Well, according
Alpha,
to
Echo.
4Flight, it's supposed to be right here, but this is the.
Taxi on your merry way,
Oh,
and if
yeah.
I need you,
Yeah, maybe.
Charlie, Portland clear.
We're just gonna
Clear
off-road it here a
to
little bit.
Bonfield Airport via the Portland 1 departure. Radar vectors as filed. Maintain 6.
No, we beached it.
Expect
Perfect.
4,000, 14,005 after departure. Departure
We beached it.
frequency 124,
Get going, come on.
135, squawk 1475.
Get out. Yeah, there we go. All right. Off-road citation.
November 2 Papa Charlie, you're back correct.
Hilarious. Okay, where is a good place to park? This is nothing. This is just random. But there's a fuel truck. We could probably hang out next to that guy.
Sure. Yeah, just commandeer it. You'll be fine. Especially because it's low lead.
Welcome to 05, Portland clear.
Is it low lead? Oh, no, that's a
Clear
jet track.
Bonfield
Okay.
Airport,
It's a jet
Portland
track.
1 departure, radar vectors
Yeah.
as filed. Maintain 6,000.
Yeah, you're just gonna borrow some of that. Don't worry about it.
After departure. departure frequency 124.35, squawk 1617.
Cool. Okay, so shutdown. We've got avionics
Pickup
coming
205,
up.
repeat correct.
Flights, avionics, engines.
And you pop them out. Do you usually do them both at the same time?
No, one at a time, just in case you have a shutdown fire.
Dude, that was freaking awesome. No, you don't need to fly IFR for the event, but the weather, the real world weather necessitated it.
It'd be really fun in a helicopter right now.
Yeah, I know it was marginal. Like I thought about it for a second. I was like, man, it would be kind of cool to just scud run all the way there. Dude, look at that. That looks pretty badass, man.
Pretty sweet.
Brad, thanks for the help, man.
Sure thing, man.
That was way fun, and it feels good. I think that was the first time that we've really done that. We may have done it like once before on something else. I can't remember. But to actually be walked through that, I feel like I'm at least a little bit more comfortable. I mean, I'm gonna make mistakes, gonna like fumble through things here and there, but going through that, being walked through it once is huge.
Yeah, it's a good time.
And hopefully other people enjoyed your feedback on the real plane. If I know this is a pretty popular plane to have, and some of the similarities and differences with the real plane are super interesting as well.
Yeah, I've got 600 hours in the 500 series, but I don't have any time flying an S2. And the S2 is a bit of a strange one. So it's the only one that I don't feel comfortably speaking intelligently about the systems, because I don't know.
So what is, to me, looking at it, and I've probably seen more citations up close inside than the average person that doesn't fly them. To me, it looks almost identical to the Bravo, to the 5. Like on the inside, like when I load up in here, I go, holy crap, I've been in this plane.
So I lost you.
Oh, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. I didn't hear what the rest of your question was.
Oh, I just said, like, to me, like from my time in the Bravo and the 5 and poking around those planes, when I load up inside this plane, I immediately am like, holy crap, I'm in it. Like this is it. This is the plane.
Right.
So what are the main differences that a plane like this could even have?
So there are three types of 500 series citation. There's the 1 family, the 2 family, and the 5 family, right? They all have different wings and different cabins. So the 1 family has the real short wing and the short cabin. The 2 has the intermediate cabin and the intermediate wing. And the big thing about the 2 is the wing is completely straight. And then the 5 has the long cabin with a straight wing, but the inner third of it is canted out a little bit. So you can see kind of the cant out on this one. Mm-hmm. And that's because the S2 was a 2 cabin with a 5 wing.
Okay.
So it was kind of a weird mismatch with that. It's also got the 5 engines on it, which is even stranger.
So it's a 2 cabin, which is a smaller cabin.
Yep, it's the mid-sized cabin with the big wing on it,
and the big
with
engine.
the canted out, and the 5 engines. Yeah. So, but they're derated 5 engines. They're not the full power 5 engines.
Okay.
So you also have the 5 gear, which is a little bit different than the 2. The 5 gear sits out a little bit further, so it's a little bit more stable in crosswinds.
Yeah.
And what else? What else is different on it? It's got the 5 avionics. But the big thing on this that is different than any of the other 500 series Citations is it's actually a TKS wing. It's a weeping leading edge. This paint is done to look like a 5 wing, but the actual S2 is a weeping leading edge.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, this does have the painted, purposefully painted on there.
Yeah. Yeah. So the
this,
actual one is. Yeah.
Did they model that?
They did. Yeah, it's got wing anti-ice on there, surface all. Yeah.
But it's not going to say what type it is. Like this button is the same.
No, that's accurate to the S2. Okay. The 5 or the 2 would have a little bit different setup on the panel down there.
Okay.
But that is accurate to the S2.
Okay.
Although the fact that it has a high-low setting for the engines is not, I don't think. That might be an S2ism as well, but in the 5 and the 2, it's just on-off for the engine needs.
Is there any indication in the cockpit here where the TKS fluid is at?
I don't think so.
You just kind of have to make sure it's topped off and know that you got X number of whatever hours with it.
That's my guess. Yeah, like I said, I've never flown an S2, so I don't know for sure. But
is that how usual any TKS that? I mean, I guess
I've never flown a TKS airplane.
No. Okay.
No. Remember, I completely skipped turboprops. I went straight to jets. And most jets don't have stupid anti-ice systems like this.
Yeah, so I mean, you've got the faster, bigger wing. You got the faster, bigger engines, although they're derated. Is that just you can actually see the holes maybe, or is that just?
Yeah, no, you can see the holes there.
Yeah, they're trying to get it in there. So was that just hey, we've got, the factory had that system laying around, or because it wouldn't make sense to have that on a jet typically, right?
No, there aren't very many jets with TKS. This one, I think the Hawkers all have TKS. I think that's it. I think it's just the S2 and the Hawkers that I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah.
All the other 500 series Citations, with the exception of the Encore, are all boots on the leading edge. The Encore is actually an Excel wing, which is a hot wing.
Okay.
But yeah, all the other ones are boots. So the S2 is the only one that's a TKS airplane, and the S2, because of that, has a much higher incidence of corrosion in the airframe or in the wing, as opposed to all the other 500 series.
And is that because of the TKS fluid is
the TKS leaks.
And it is corrosive?
Oh yeah, very.
Fantastic. That makes even more sense. Oh my God. Is there, can some fluid get into those holes if they're, not covered or not
Yeah,
on?
TKS is by and large a terrible system.
Yeah.
It's just... It's a anti-ice only system. It's not a de-ice system. So if you fly into icing and you don't have the TKS already on, you can't use it because you're going to be throwing alcohol at ice that's already built.
Right.
So you can't use it except as an anti-ice system. Yeah. It's expensive. It has to be refilled. It's corrosive. It leaks. Yeah,
so when you say
nothing
systems,
good about TKS.
Like when you say, I've never flown one of these, I have no idea how it works, the systems are all different. To you, that means all the stuff that you're talking about, I'm thinking of it like really narrowly, as in the layout of the friggin' buttons.
Mm-hmm.
So the layout of the cockpit, like where things are, that's going to be pretty much unchanged to a large degree. Like it's
in this case, yeah.
Yeah, like in this case, it's got the same... The buttons are roughly in the same place and roughly do the same thing. But what you're talking about are things like, okay, the gear are wider set or further forward. So, it's going to behave a little bit differently. It's got TKS instead of, electric or boots. It's got a, different kind of engine. So the thrust and the takeoff numbers and performance are going to be slightly different as a result.
Right.
So if you fly a 5 and you're used to this wing with the uprated engines and a larger cabin, that's going to have the performance numbers are going to be different than the shorter cabin, but the same wing, but the same engine with lower thrust. So everything in terms of the calculations and how you actually fly it are different. But turning the plane on and where the lights are and the flows, those are all largely the same.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to put somebody in the right seat who has time in an S2 and knows what they're doing, and put me in the left seat, we could operate that airplane safely.
Yeah.
But if you give me the keys to an S2 right now, I'm going to be like, hey, I got to look at the systems before I go fly this thing.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you for a fact that if I take any 500 series citation and I'm over the runway at 105 knots, either on takeoff or landing, I'm safe. That's a magic number for 500 series citations. 105, you're fine.
Yeah.
But I don't know whether this airplane will perform more like a 2 or more like a 5. Because it's got the 5 wing, which means the slower speeds will apply. But it's got the 2 or similar 2 power level with the engines, even though they're 5 engines, but they're derated to 2 levels of power. So I don't know, what the climb performance looks like or anything like that. And the climb profile is a Citation 2 climb profile.
Runway 10 right, 28 left.
Make sure you're logged off of PilotEdge. Okay. So I don't know. I don't know enough about the intricacies of the actual airplane itself to talk about kind of how it would perform.
Yeah, to your level, to an ATP rated, commercial level of understanding and safety, for somebody that's a sim pilot that really only needs to know how to turn it on and what speed it will stop flying.
Yeah.
There's a huge difference in that, right? And how you approach it.
Absolutely. I mean, you have to understand too that I'm speaking from a position of flying citations for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
And I am trained on's not a good word, but I am certified to fly 28 different models of Citation. They're all a little bit different, but there are certain things in all the Citations that are the same. And certain things that you can make a broad, sweeping gesture across all the Citations and be pretty accurate with saying something, right? The S2 is one of those planes that prevents me from saying all Citations are this, because the S2 is a total outlier.
Yeah. It even sounds like, just the naming convention sounds like, here's 0.5,
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I mean, this plane was designed to be the intermediate. Well, that's not a good way to put it. This plane was basically a proof of concept for the 5. Because the 5 didn't come out until 1989, and the 2 came out in 81 or 82, something like that. The S550 was somewhere in between the two, I think.
Okay.
I'm furiously Googling. Stand by.
Wikipedia.
Let's see. S2 first flew in 1984. So, it came between the 2 and the 5.
Pull up. Pull up.
And it's different than cars. What's up, Greg? Thank you for joining. It's different than cars where, they're developing a new model and, you not necessarily clean sheet, but you kind of know what you're doing ahead of time and build components to that spec. It seems like with a lot of these aircraft manufacturers, because everything is so expensive to develop from scratch, that they use a lot of leftover parts from planes that maybe they have too many of, or they were planning on building more 5s than they actually did, so they have a bunch of 5 engines that they can derate and shove on something different, or the gear. Hey, we've got all these wings, what do we do with these wings?
Right. Well, the interesting thing is that this airplane came before the 5. The 5 hadn't even been.
Yeah.
The 5 hadn't even been thought up yet.
Yeah.
Really. So the 5 kind of was born off of the things that worked on this airplane.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, so like the derated engines, like they probably like bought the engines, like, hey, let's get this thing derated and get some hours on it to see what happens, you know, how it performs, and then we can kind of, once we've validated its performance, you know, derated, let's put it on a bigger plane.
Basically what happened is Cessna built the S2, right? And they're like, okay, so here's the supercritical wing, and here's the wider gear, so it handles crosswinds better. But people are still complaining that the thing is slow as hell, and it doesn't climb fast enough to get out of its own way. So how do we fix that? Well, let's put a newer version of the engine on it that's a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Right? So they put the new engine on it that's a little bit bigger, and it became the Citation 5. They stretched the cabin to give you another couple inches of legroom in the back. It actually seats the same number of people in the cabin. It's just a little bit more roomy in a 5 as opposed to a 2. But yeah, they stretched the cabin, and then they upped the gross weight because they upped the power, right? So what happened was they had this airplane with a higher power capability, but with higher weights. So if you're flying it at the same S2 weights, it performs a lot better. But if you're flying it at the max weight for the 5, it performs much like an S2. So they're like, well, this kind of sucks. So they developed the Ultra, which is brand new avionics, same cabin, same weights, same wing, but with bigger engines. So the Ultra became what they had originally envisioned the 5 as being.
Oh, okay. Got it. What a
Or
mess.
that's the theory, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then people started complaining that, hey, gee, maybe we should have bleed air wings, and they're like, huh, we didn't think about that, and then the Encore came to be, you know?
Yeah.
So, and the Encore stole the gear from the CJ series, which had been developed at the same time.
And those are the trailing link ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the CJs are trailing link gear. All of the 500 series, with the exception of the Encore and the Encore Plus, are straight leg oleo struts.
Yeah, and they're a little bit, the trailing link are a little bit more bouncy.
Other way around. The straight legs tend to be a little bit more bouncy, and they land really, really, really firm.
Yeah.
The gear structure, the actual, if you look at the strut and the tire and the actual structure of the gear leg itself, has not changed from the Citation 1 all the way up to the Citation Ultra. They just kept increasing the pressure and increasing the size of the oleo strut.
Yeah.
So the 1 actually lands really nice on that gear. The Ultra lands like you've been shot down. You know?
Yeah. It's really fun. It lands like you've been shot down.
Yeah. The Ultra does not land nice. You know, the 5 I've gotten pretty good at landing it smoothly and comfortably. The 1's easy. The 1 you can land however you want. It lands real smooth. But the 5 is finicky, and the Ultra is nearly impossible.
Oh, I hit the reversers too fast, huh?
Yeah, you got it while the nose was still in the air.
That nose sits so low, you know.
Well, the airplane sits so low.
Yeah. That was pretty good, though. I mean, there was definitely a significant little float, but it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, that was well done. The TRs really don't do much in this airplane on a dry runway. They make lots of noise, they shake the shit out of the tail, but that's about it.
And yeah, do you usually pop them and leave them in idle, don't you?
No, I go full bore on them on the 5 and the Bravo, just because you're not going to have them at full power enough to shake the tail enough to be uncomfortable. But in the Excel, I leave them at idle.
Okay. Yeah, I think I remember you saying that on the Excel. You just pop them.
Yeah, and that's because of the way the tail shakes with the with the Excels TRs.
Yeah. When you had me hit the go around, the Togo, what was that? What did that do?
No. Togo's a sandwich. So the Togo button brings the flight director up to 10 degrees nose up, and it rides or it levels the wings.
But on the ground, like when you're on the ground?
Yeah, it just moves the flight director. That's all the Togo button does.
Oh, okay.
It just moves the flight director.
And just kind of resets everything?
Uh-huh.
So those are the kind of little, like, tricks that if you're not flying this thing every day or, like, let alone type rated, you know, getting everything kind of reset. Like, okay, well, you put it into whatever I had done, you know, put it into heading mode instead of nav. You know.
You hit the speed mode.
Oh, the speed mode, that's what it was.
So when you hit the speed mode, it brought the flight director down so that it could think it can accelerate, right?
Yeah, okay.
Because the airplane doesn't know it's on the ground. It just knows that you're not at the speed that you want it to be at.
Right.
So it's like, well, how do I speed up? I push the nose down. Well, in this case, I push the nose all the way down to the horizon.
Yeah, right. Okay, and then so you were resetting that by saying, okay, click the Toga button. That's going to reset all of your...
It brings the flight director back up to 10 degrees, and then you can select your lateral mode because that won't change the vertical.
Okay.
So the reason that you have the Toga button set, and it goes up to that specific value, is because if you have an engine failure on takeoff, pitching to that flight director should, emphasis on should, give you V2, which is your safe climb speed.
So you hit that button, and then you have to, obviously, because there's no FADEC in this, right? So you have to manually whatever.
You cut out again.
Oh, sorry. Like there's no FADEC, right? Because in a plane with automatic throttles, you hit that button and you don't touch anything, and it sorts it out.
Right. So yeah, an airplane with auto thrust capability, if you hit the Toga button, usually it commands max thrust as well.
Yeah. So in this one, you're hitting
with
that
the auto
button.
throttle arm.
You're hitting that button, basically setting the flight director to the correct pitch. You still have to add the power.
Right. Yeah. Okay. All the Toga button does. Well, it does three things in the 500 series. So when you hit the Toga button in the 500 series, it goes into roll mode with a 0 degree roll. It pitches up to 10 degrees, and it sequences to the next, not to the next fix, but if you're on a suspended approach, it will basically sequence the FMS into the missed approach. So that doesn't mean anything to you because you don't know how FMSs work right now.
Right.
But it will sequence you into the mist, basically.
Okay.
On some of them, it also disarms the altitude pre-select.
Got it.
So, and you can see what it does in the 175 for flight. It's a little bit different. His is a lot smarter. So, remember, this is a dumb jet.
That's okay. It's got a dumb pilot, so that works fine. Yeah, I mean, there was like a slight deviation, maybe. That wouldn't have... Right? I mean,
No, it would have been a deviation for sure.
It would have been?
Yeah, 1,000 feet high at an altitude. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, a little baby one. It was a little baby deviation.
It's all right.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I was definitely behind at that point. That's all good. When you're told, I mean, there was obviously only 1,000 feet to go, but when you're told, you know, at or below, you know, 1,000 feet down in 22 miles, which is what it was when we looked at it, you could set it before then, couldn't you?
Well, as soon as you get the clearance, you can go down to 12.
Yeah, so I could have just gone down to 12 even though we were 22 miles out.
Yeah, absolutely. As long as you cross that fix. When you have the clearance, as long as you cross the fix, then you're fine.
Yeah, okay. I'll probably do that. Once you're cleared, just go down instead of trying to time it.
Yep. That's what people do in a lot of the older jets.
The ones that don't have VNAV capabilities.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just get it out of the way so you don't have to remember it. It wasn't built.
Yep, pretty much.
All right. How busy is it? Are you gonna do your own flying?
Nah, I'm hungry. I'm going to lunch.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to acquire lunch in some fashion.
Yeah, no kidding. God, Seattle is just packed too. Yeah, I'm gonna take a little break too. Just quick restroom break. Oh, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 planes at Portland. I wonder if it would be more fun to go not back to Seattle.
Go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Hang on. Go somewhere else.
Let's go somewhere else. Although it'd be kind of fun. Let's go. We'll go back up.
Cool.
We'll get our passengers all loaded up here in Portland, and I will be solo back to Boeing. That's pretty terrible.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do for.
What would you from like a I mean, the IFR stuff is what it is. I mean, approach plates. I mean, I was able to identify, the key things. But is there anything from that flight that you could just like, hey, make sure you do these couple things on the way back?
If you could find another hand somewhere, that would be really helpful.
That would be really helpful. That does get messy.
The Citation, when you're given a whole bunch of different stuff all at once, it's a 3-handed airplane.
Yeah.
Which sucks. But yeah, no, it's all about getting the airplane moving in the right direction and then fine-tuning things. That's the trick to single pilot in this airplane.
Yeah. So even if you're told turn right heading blah blah blah, maintain, like you got 3 things to do, if you just like spin the heading to the right roughly the same amount, get the altitude bug down, pull the speed back, and then go back and make sure you check the right, you've got the exact heading.
Exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
then go fine tune it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Awesome, dude. Well, Brad, thank you.
My pleasure.
I'm gonna cut that out, and I'm gonna make that like its own little like video. I think you explaining that, because it's super interesting.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So
Brad's internet infamy grows.
I'm gonna have like a little animated talking Brad head in the upper corner. Little South Park animation.
Yep.
All right, man. We'll get some lunch.
Right.
We'll be
Thanks.
here. Hopefully, we don't have super delays going back into Boeing, but I think it looks like it's dying down a little bit.
Excellent. Well, Godspeed to you, and don't crater it.
Yeah, we'll not. We'll try not to.
Don't do anything I wouldn't tell you to do. All right, have fun.
All right, thanks, dude.
Bye.
See ya. All right. There is Brad. So we're going to get the main door open here. I am going to get a quick little bathroom break, and then we're going to get this thing loaded up in the other direction. Oh, look at that livery. That's so awesome. Okay.
Oh, go away.
I will be back. I get a little like granola bar or something, and then we'll try to figure this thing out on the way back. Get this plane back home.